Well, I mean, we don't have sound effects.
Oh, damn. We're just raw dogging the hell out of this episode, aren't we?
Rod and y'all.
We live?
Yeah, we're live.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Relentless Diaries, Jamaica edition.
We didn't dock it or nothing. It was just sun accommodating that. Like, guys.
What do you mean sun accommodating that?
The sun is our natural
We didn't
light
plan like a docket or nothing.
No, this whole episode is...
We're going to start right here.
Cheers, guys. Bam, bam, bam.
All right.
Everyone, welcome to, what is episode 16?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet 16, Jamaica edition.
Hell yeah.
And it's just us four.
We're on our Pau Gasol out here. That's crazy.
Oh, you did that without a laptop?
Yeah. Well, I have basketball
You really think he's
knowledge.
Googling it every time?
Yes.
Every time?
Facts.
Yo, respect me.
I might not be good at numbers, but you're like amazingly good at it. Like, how do you have someone for each number?
I don't know. Like,
He be
don't
looking
you
it up
watch basketball?
sometimes.
All right.
You must have looked it up before the episode.
Pau Gasol.
Now, Pau Gasol is known.
That's the only 16.
I mean, sure. I don't know anyone who's 16 that's more Jamaican relevant.
Yeah, I know. I tried to to get someone that wasn't Spanish.
Usain Bolt doesn't have a number.
Facts.
His number is one.
Yeah. And he's putting up numbers here.
Yeah, he really does.
Okay, guys. Anyways, welcome to the Jamaica edition of the Relentless Diaries podcast. I'm your main host, Zoie,
I'm Trezor.
I'm Clyde.
Mucho.
and I'm suffering from 25, probably plus mosquito bites. The mosquitoes are eating me. What?
Just so y'all know, it's my first time having a red stripe. Yes, I'm Jamaican, but I don't drink. I hate beer. This is tough, man. I'm not.
And this
gonna lie.
episode is not sponsored by Red Stripe, but when in Rome.
When in
Jamaica.
Rome.
Okay, Trezor, seriously, be an adult. It's not that bad.
Beer is horrible.
The sorrel one tastes much better, but we only have one left, and I took it.
Beer's a good vibe during the day.
Beer is horrible, except for Coors Light.
Coors Light?
You need to get out more.
You sure you don't mean
Light.
Corona?
Shout out to Coors Light and the Raptors.
Boo, boo, boo. You just want to plug your partnership. Boo, 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 boo. You are so
we
fake.
let you do that a few weeks ago, though.
What? I never had a partnership to plug.
Lululemon?
She did like
You got
3 in a
your
row.
Lululemon
No,
on.
I literally was just talking about things that I liked, and you guys thought I was doing a deal on the pod.
That's real. That's
Swear to
real.
God, I was not. If it was, I would have said, "Oh yeah, I have to shout this out." But that was actually just me. I don't remember what I was even talking about, where I felt like I had to plug things.
Yeah. It's
But-
just shit you would say in real life.
What
But
day
yeah.
are we on for this trip?
I mean, for me, this is day 6. For you guys, this is day 5.
For
Right.
Trezor, it's like day.
For me, this is day 13.
Yeah. Are you
I'm
running
ready
on
to go.
fumes?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's funny because we said on last week's episode, because you weren't there, that you were the one who were dragging the feet. You were the one dragging your feet the most about this trip, and you like got up and left us all.
Yeah, because I was like, my bro told me to come early. I didn't really need to come early. Like, what he was telling me to come for, it was cool, but I didn't need to be here. So I was like, I could have really just came with everyone else.
Yeah.
I can't lie, your stories got popping when we came.
Yeah. But also because that's when the carnival event started. Like, I was here before all the events really started. So
Because you were here Easter weekend, right? So it's more
Yeah.
like family type vibe. Like,
no, there was
Easter weekend
events.
here,
There was events, but it wasn't like back to back to back like this is.
and you were saying some real stuff
Earlier.
earlier.
Say shit. It's fine.
I could? Okay.
Yeah.
You were saying some real shit earlier. There's a lot of people that be like carnival hopping. So like every other week they do this.
And I don't get it. I was talking about that yesterday. I don't understand. One of my homies from New York that we saw yesterday, he's like, yeah, are you coming to St. Lucia's Carnival? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, that's in June. He's like, yeah, I did Toronto Carnival, Miami Carnival, I'm doing St. Lucia Carnival. We did Jamaica Carnival. Then we're doing Trinidad Carnival. And I'm like, how?
No.
You're just back to back to back. And it's because it's going to just be this over and over and over and over. And how do you...
Yes and no. Every island's different. Obviously, you can't really compare Jamaica to Trinidad. St. Lucia's a different vibe. Barbados, everything's different. Unless it's kind of the similar element, but it's very different.
Yeah.
Still.
But I just mean in terms of you're just like fet, party, road, party, next day, party, soca, fet, party. And you're just doing that from city to city.
Yeah. Basically.
That's crazy to me.
With a lot of alcohol and some people a lot of drugs.
I couldn't do it. There's no... And isn't that super expensive?
Sure, it can be. Yeah, no, I'm not
That
sure it
is
can be. I'm sure it is.
very expensive.
Unless you're very plugged and you get all your costumes for free. Because costumes alone will run you like thousands of dollars USD, depending on what you want, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, so far, how have you guys enjoyed your? Well, it's your guys' first Jamaican trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
How you feeling?
I've loved it, yo.
We know.
We know.
But like, this is like very much my vibe. Like the type of time that everybody's on. Like, yeah, I don't know. Jamaican people are great, yo. Even the people that are
People,
like, from
food,
here, like,
music, like it kind of checks every box that you would want for a vacation, you know?
yeah,
You said you were going to compare it to Africa.
yeah.
How does it compare so far?
So I know there's probably a lot of listeners that don't like when I just say Africa, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So I've been to 3 countries. The one that I could compare it, so I've been to Rwanda, Burundi, and Kenya. The one I could compare it to the most is probably Kenya.
Makes sense.
They party hard over there, and it's like more of a Western influence, and they actually love dance hall as well. But it's another level here. It's turned up another notch, and so yeah, I can still keep up though. I think.
Have I been keeping up?
Yo, I can't lie. When Clyde first pulled up, I'm like, I don't think you could keep up with me.
Everybody's worried. Everybody thinks that the man can't be outside.
Yeah, because I've been with Clyde the most, right? Like we're staying in the same B&B. Zoe's upstairs, and then Tresor's like down the road. So he's
Up the road.
up the road. My fault. Yeah, he's super
Very,
up the
very
road.
up the
the
road.
hill. Yeah.
Not that bad for you to walk up.
We're holding
You
it down.
didn't see it.
Yeah, we saw it.
I don't even know if they
Yeah, that
knew
was
what I was talking
wild.
about for real
Yeah.
until they came to pick me up. It's not far in terms of distance, but it's a mission to get there.
He's up the mountain.
It's literally
That's crazy.
up at the top of the hill.
Jeez.
But
And
when
the
it-
roads are not like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's tough to get up there. We tried. But yeah, when it comes to teeing up, to running the 2-man, to like just being up and awake, like Clyde has kept up. He actually
good.
has. So yeah, man, shout out to
I
Clyde.
told
yo.
you we're out here.
Yeah,
It's late.
He's outside selectively, but when he is, he's outside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Clyde dance this much in my life. I've never seen his body move this much in my life.
You consider it dancing though?
Yeah, I'm not because I'm just.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Like,
vibing.
I'm listening to the
vibing.
He just moves his shoulders side to side.
How does a Clyde dance look?
He just does this
Yeah, this is his dance right here.
That's how Clyde is.
the whole time. You're
This
like,
is
all
his
right.
2-step.
Even if it's soca,
I feel it.
dance hall, be this. Hip hop, will be this. It's one move. That is your white side jumping out for real.
No, that's me. That's me not wanting to be at my phone. That's me existing without like just looking at my phone and being.
Nah, that's
antisocial.
the white jumping out. Because I have a lot of mixed friends and they can't hold down like, you know.
No, respect Clyde, yo. You can't.
But he's not. You're not like a dancer.
No, but the thing is too, I like about Jamaica and like the music. I don't know like the words and everything to all the dance hall songs. So I'm just like when I know a song well, I can.
You do the
I
same
can-
thing.
No, I know. When I know a song, I dance different. I don't do that. Is my pocket that I stay in when I was just like I
You
don't
might
know the song.
do like a finger
There
if
we
you
go.
know the
He mixes
song.
it up with
but
that,
you're going
okay.
this and then maybe a finger, then back to this.
Respect me.
Sorry.
He's been keeping up,
He's
though.
been keeping up, yeah. So
Yeah.
how has your experience been, Zoe?
I mean, are we gonna start from?
Yeah, let's start from when you came.
Okay, so we arrived on last Wednesday, and that was probably like our one of the busiest days we had because we arrived on Wednesday. We landed. We immediately got into my friend's whip, and there was like 5 of us, like no 6 of us in a 5-person car.
Right.
Which we were like, when they picked us up, we were like, bro, like already, like don't annoy me because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
knew we were picking up 2 girls. Why would you pack 4 people in this car?
Straight
You know,
off the
2
airport too,
Right?
and like you
And we
need
have
the leg
luggage.
space, and maybe
So-
you guys were danking a little bit. I don't know. Like,
Excuse me,
I don't
what?
know. My fault.
Never,
All right, my bad.
never.
The airplane does make you stink.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Maybe men.
Maybe man. Yeah.
I've never stunk off an airplane.
Not stink bad,
got a
but you
musk,
have a
a
little
little
bit
musk.
of a little twinge.
yeah.
Nah, y'all just different.
I don't know. Airplanes are like cold and stuff.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying.
I'm not
Like,
sweating on the
sweating.
airplane.
I'm not. I'm always freshly showered on the airplane. Like I shower before I go to the airport. So why would I be smelling?
Right.
I don't know the logistics, but it happens.
No.
Y'all body's just different.
You needed space though after that flight.
Definitely, yeah. So whatever. We got in the car. We immediately went to Ocherios. The driver that we had was my friend's homie, and he was driving with like a full glass of Hennessy in his hand.
Oh yeah, drinking and driving here is
So I was
regular.
like, all right, I'm definitely in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And we're just going to Ocherios.
Yeah.
Cool. We went to Ocherios. We had a pretty good day.
How far is that for the listeners?
from Kingston Airport to Ocho Rios at that time took us about maybe like 2 hours. Yeah, I would say about 2 hours to go straight up to Ocho Rios. But we stopped a bit though. Like we offloaded, another car met us. We hopped into their car, and then it was a lot of stops, like gas station, whatever. Took us about 2 hours. And yeah, I went to Ocho Rios. We got a good ocean swim in as soon as I arrived. We got about like 20 minutes because they were closing at 4, and we got there I think at like maybe 3:45. And they were already trying to give us all done, but we finessed our way in.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a good swim in. We went to a lounge or like bar called 12 to 12 in Ocho Rios. And then we came back, and that same night was the Illuminate party. Mm-hmm. So also people who don't remember, we came because we were covering the Carnival Experience with Yard Mass Band, which is one of the 3 bands here in Jamaica for Carnival, if you're familiar with them. There's 3. There's Gen X, there's Exodus, and there's Yard Mass. And we played with Yard Mass, right? So that night, I Love Soca and I guess Yard Mass had a party called Illuminate on the Wednesday. And like I said, I'm not a soca girl. We know that. I've said it multiple times. I'm not a soca girl. And it's funny because a lot of Jamaicans say like, oh yeah, I'm not soca. And it's funny because like, the livest part of all the events that I've been to here so far is when the dance hall plays.
Yeah.
Like they'll definitely, don't get me wrong, it's not dead when the soca's on.
Yeah.
Like they're still vibing, you're still dancing, you're still bubbling, you're still moving. But when the dance hall set comes, the party always hits a different level.
I actually agree with you because you said that. I don't want to skip too far, but you said that after like the second day or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, you're tripping. And then I actually tried to like take it in like the rest of the week, and yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it elevates everyone to a different level. But we went to, you were at Illuminate.
Yeah.
So yeah, because you guys weren't here yet. But Tresor and I went to Illuminate. We were with the Delroy team also. So if you saw my story of me shaking ass in the Delroy shorts, I was very drunk at that party. That party was also open bar.
Oh yeah,
it was open bar, and you just had your cup. They as soon as you got in, you got a wristband, you got a cup, and it was open bar. So you just go to the bar and whatever you want, they'd fill it. And obviously Jamaicans have, oh, it's a bird. Sorry guys, we're recording outside, so there's a lot of movement and things happening.
These Jamaican bartenders are not stingy at all.
No, not at all.
They're great.
Not at all.
They're on some tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
Not even tell me when to stop. I have to yell at you to stop.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. But yeah, Illuminate was good. It was like a soca outdoor fete vibe, and then they had like a huge music truck, and then the truck pulled off, and then everyone like followed it, kind of like a mini road march.
Everyone except me. That's when they left me.
That's when we lost
my
Tresor.
story.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought he went on and okay.
No.
Yeah, that's what people were thinking. That I didn't leave. I was in the same spot. Okay. They went to follow the truck while I was at the bar, and I just couldn't catch it. It was too far, so I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here. And I was told that the truck was just making a quick lap and coming back, but it was gone for a while.
We were gone for a minute.
It was gone for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
But then another DJ came on and was playing music still at the spot. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna chill here, drink. I know.
Oh, so you literally stayed?
Yeah, I stayed there.
Oh shoot.
Another DJ came on, and the people that stayed were just turning up with the DJ there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought everyone moved with the truck.
Nah.
Oh, I had no clue.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that truck moved, and then we all followed it. And then it did like a lap and came back to the spot. And the same thing, when that party really, really turned up, was at the end where it was just, they were just running the dance hall through.
Yeah.
Through.
Yeah.
But it was a good party though. Illuminate was a solid one. And then you guys came on Thursday. So you guys, how was your flight experience? What was that like?
It was good. It was late.
I hope too much for these flights now, yo. Like once I'm squeezing in like this, like at the altitude, my knee starts aching and stuff. Like I don't know, man. I'm trying to get my money up so I can get first class soon, man.
To be honest, though, actually, the flight wasn't blessed for me because the internet, for whatever reason, the Wi-Fi wasn't working, and I had no downloaded videos, no downloaded like music or anything. I had to raw dog that flight.
Oh
like,
my God.
Your music isn't downloaded?
Well, no, I have like my playlist, but like I don't know. Sometimes
You gotta
like,
download You gotta download some podcasts.
Listen, I'll say this though, like I love you guys, Clyde and Lomia, but like it was funny seeing you guys like first experience. It felt like just going to an airport and catching a flight. Because it's like I actually don't think you guys would have caught the flight if I wasn't there.
Really?
Nah, man.
What? I don't understand. You're moving in slow motion? Like what?
And again, I'm just giving.
We're on our way to the airport.
We are,
right.
Oh,
And
yeah,
there's-
something else happened.
And there's like there was a shooting at like Terminal 1, which was our terminal, and we had it wasn't that much of an issue though. We just had to go around and take the train to the next terminal.
We had to go to Terminal 3 and then take the SkyTrain to Terminal 1.
Damn.
Right? But like, I feel like maybe you guys would have asked for directions or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
I knew I was going with you, so I was just
Yeah,
kind of like,
so you're
as
good.
long as I know my luggage is good and everything,
Yeah,
I was fine.
But we made it like buzzer beater.
Really?
Yeah, we made that flight maybe with like 2 minutes to spare.
At the gate.
Uh-huh.
So they're about to close the gate, and you guys. Wow.
Yeah, everybody was boarding.
Wow.
As soon as we got there. And then like even you like the Wi-Fi issue, like I should have told you that, like sign in with Air Canada first and then you'll be blessed for the flight.
No, I know. I got that email and was like, all right, good. I'm blessed for the flight. And then just every time I tried to sign up for it, it just wouldn't allow me.
Yeah, but you don't have like the Air Miles thing or whatever. Aerocan.
No, I did, but it's
Aerocan,
because
yeah.
I set that up for the trip, and you
too
have to
late.
have that before
Exactly.
the trip.
Aeroplane.
Like, yeah.
Aeroplane.
So yeah, he should have been blessed with the Wi-Fi. But yeah, by the time we got here, yeah, we called the Uber. But as soon as we landed, yo, Jamaicans were trying to tax you. As soon as they hear you speak. Like,
I told you.
yeah.
We had to fight for that ride, yeah.
So how much do they want you to charge you to come to my family's house?
Bro, they wanted like 200 USD.
What?
No, relax.
They said I swear they said
A
something.
taxi or a
No,
Uber?
Yeah,
no.
taxi.
It was
Something
50
crazy.
USD. It was 50.
50
Taxi?
USD?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's still a lot.
that's
But
still a lot.
on Uber it was 30 CAD.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to use it. You
So
can't
like
use a
20
taxi.
USD.
Mm-hmm.
So we're telling them like I'll even like just to expedite it, like I'll even give you 30 USD because we're gonna pay less on Uber, and they didn't believe us type thing. But yeah,
Well, a lot of Jamaican drivers here don't like Uber because Uber is more cost efficient, especially for people who are traveling like us from Canada. Like we've been Ubering everywhere.
facts.
Uber here in Jamaica, people are scared to take Uber here. I don't think you should be. We've been Ubering this entire trip, and knock on wood,
Why are people scared?
I guess Jamaica and crime. You're in Kingston. It's people are scared. Like, oh, what's gonna happen? You get robbed or whatever.
So maybe I'm being ignorant, but I haven't felt like scared anywhere out here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but you're also very
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mucho is like the black version of a white girl.
wow,
You know,
wow.
for his like naive optimism, Mucho just assumes that everything will be okay and everything is good all the time.
Yeah, you're a predator's dream.
And it's not necessarily that. So you may not have felt in danger, and truthfully, I never really felt in danger too. But
Yeah.
you're like overly, I'm good,
Yeah.
and you can't really think like that in a place that you're not from because you don't know where is places that you're not really supposed to be at.
So I got lucky this week.
I don't even say lucky. It's just you should be more vigilant because it could be certain stuff.
Yeah, but what
Certain
does that mean? Like when have I not been vigilant?
when
like
the
the entire
7
trip.
when the 700
Multiple times a
when you
day,
just
bro. Like,
disappear.
no, and remember when he went into you were gone when he went to the gas station when the 50 guys were
Yeah.
walking into the gas station.
It's
at the
like
same
you
time.
waited for the herd of kids to go before. Like, oh yeah, I want to fight. Like, what are you doing?
See, they call them YNs. I call them educated young black children.
man.
Those are not yo,
They all had shiesties.
with all due respect, I love Jamaica, but those are not young, educated black kids.
The people wearing
Those
shiesties
kids
in
were
this
from-
heat blows my mind.
Yeah,
At least wait till they're gone to
Yeah.
go. You like
But
went
isn't
at
that
the
kinda
same
racist,
time as
though?
them. It's not
How is it
racist.
racist?
I would do it
That's like,
in
that's like
Albania.
self-hate, though. 'Cause
No, it's not.
That could have been you. That could have been you 10 years ago when you're in Jamaica.
And I would understand if people didn't want to walk in with me and 30 of my friends in there. That's very understandable.
Damn, yo. I'm
That's
trying to
very
give benefit of
understandable.
the doubt to young black children.
and they're gonna get you robbed.
And they're going to get benefit
Exactly,
when you give them benefit of the doubt.
exactly.
Fair enough.
But anyway, so Thursday, you guys arrived.
Yeah.
What was Thursday? I feel
I
like
can't lie. I'm
Thursday.
trying to remember.
Thursday was
I'm just
tailgate.
lying
I'm
down.
actually
yes.
struggling to remember
Yes.
beat by beat
we
everything
went
that's
to
happening.
Thursday was
Thursday
tailgate.
was
fun.
tailgate.
Tailgate
And
was a great time.
tailgate. If anyone doesn't know what a tailgate party is, basically you pay to bring your car in if you have a car, and you'll pay by the vehicle. Say it's like whatever $200 vehicle brings in 5 people, and you can bring as much liquor as you want.
It's a cooler.
It's called
yeah,
a cooler party, tailgate, whatever. So basically, it's an open concept. You pack your cooler of alcohol, chase, whatever you want. Literally, there's no limit. And you go into this party, and everyone just like finds a spot. You post your cooler, they give you a table, and everyone just parties together. Tailgate was a vibe though.
I'm not gonna lie, cooler parties make so much sense,
I love the concept.
and more
should bring that to
places should
Toronto.
be doing
Yeah.
it. Because
Yeah.
why not? I get it. Yeah, you make the TV, not the TV, make the tickets more expensive.
Oh, you're your cousins. I was like, who are those men in the pool? I was like,
Did you
yo,
not know they were here?
I did, but I never saw them go into the pool. So I was like, yo, who is that? I did not
Yeah,
take
they're
that
here
in
the
at
whole
all.
time.
Yo,
Yeah.
I almost had a heart attack. I was like, so mad you're not going to see those two niggas in the pool. Anyway, sorry.
Zoe looked
But
mad.
yeah,
You saw my face, right? I was like, we need to stop.
I get it. Make the tickets a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
And just let everyone bring their own alcohol.
You don't gotta.
It
pay
makes
for it, yeah.
so much sense.
I won't lie.
And
I
then
would pay for a party if that was the
Yeah.
case.
Exactly. And
that's
then-
coming from me, and I don't pay for parties
Yeah.
for shit.
because they still had a bar. Like people were still
Yeah.
at the bar.
Yeah.
But it's like if everyone's already lit, they're probably gonna be more likely to buy drinks because you're already lit from your own alcohol.
Yeah.
So that makes
But
so
I feel
much
like
sense.
countries like Jamaica and like outside of the West, like they have less rules.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's hard to get a venue certified for that. Like have
Yeah,
a bar
probably.
and let anybody bring alcohol in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
people did barely pat you out here.
Yeah, they don't
They do
pass.
not- they do
Because
not pass.
when we
Yeah.
were going to, I think it was Illuminate at first. There's a big sign on the outside that says "No weapons" with a gun with the X through it. So we were going to security. Me and my cousin, we all have side bags. The man looked at us, man said, "You have a weapon?" We were like, "No." He's like, "All right."
Yeah.
He didn't check. I could have been lying. I could have had an AK-47 in my boxers right now.
I mean,
Okay.
And let it off in that whole party, and no one would have been the wiser because they didn't. Even,
How would you have an
An
AK-47?
You know what an
Come on.
AK-47
Literally.
is?
But he didn't get tapped. If
That's
you
what
had
I'm just
pants on,
saying.
you
You
could
didn't
do
get
that.
tapped.
Yeah, it
I didn't
was-
get tapped at all.
The
He just said,
security
"All right,
should
come on."
relax,
Or they
but-
might like, you might get 3 taps at the most.
All they did was look in our purse. If you're a girl, just open your bag. That's it.
I know there's bare guns in there.
Probably. Not even probably. Not even probably. Like
100%.
like
Yeah.
most likely.
But it's, I don't know. It's strange in outside of the West, like Canada and America. Even with guns, people don't move the same with them. Where it's like, you might know that there's guns in the party, but you're not as scared as if you know there's guns in the party in Canada or in America. Like people aren't as like,
That's true too.
like
Yeah.
people aren't as trigger happy to
Yeah.
hurt people with their guns in the party. More times, if there's guns in the party, they're busting shots in the air. It's
Sometimes
more
depending on
times. It's
here.
more rare when it's like you hear that there's just shootouts at every party. Like that's
Yeah.
not as common. It still happens, but it's not as
But I
common.
definitely think there was 100% guns at every party we went to this week.
Yeah.
Like everyone, there people had guns at every party we went to.
Next
But hey,
time I gotta
man,
bring one.
you know
Tailgate-
what?
No.
All right, man.
Like literally,
Tailgate.
Mucho with a gun is a hilarious.
That's
No.
hilarious.
never ever want to see that.
Yeah, but Tailgate also had a mechanical bull. It had like a
Yeah.
They had a
rock
mechanical
climber.
bull?
I did
Yeah.
not see that.
I
What?
didn't
It
see
was
the
at the beginning
mechanical
when we
bull.
walked in. You didn't see. There was a
Nah.
mechanical bull. There
Did
was
you
like a
pay to
big
go on
rock.
it, or was it just
no? It was.
What? I would have went on it.
It was almost like a fair. It was like a big rock climbing wall.
I saw the rock climbing wall. I did not see the mechanical.
Food
You guys the
vendors.
mechanical bull? I would have went on
It was the first thing when you walk in. It was the first thing on the right. It was a mechanical bull.
Oh, I will say one thing that almost sussed my night though. I almost lost my phone or got it stolen.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
oh, yo.
I mean, you didn't lose it. You got it
yo.
I got
stolen
it
for
stolen.
sure.
Mucho, bro. That was the craziest thing ever. We were having the greatest time.
we're having a
man.
good
We're
time.
having the time of our
Man,
life.
then
out
I lose
there.
that phone. People
Mucho-
try to hail me up, try to like dance around me and stuff, and I'm trying to keep a smile on. But yo, back of my mind, I'm like, my trip is ruined.
Yo,
it's the
Mucho.
first day.
Mucho's one of the highest energy, nicest, always in a good mood type people you will ever meet. I've never seen you that concerned before,
I
bro.
was,
Oh
man.
man, you lost your. But I don't know how you found your phone among like what led to that.
Cause I had suspects, you know, like
Yeah.
I had suspects.
That's when profiling helps.
Yeah, look at you now.
Facts.
Profiling the YNs.
You said they were
Yeah.
good young men, right?
Nah, when the shit hits the fan, I start profiling. Then, is you still a fan? No.
What did you do to find your photo?
So no, I knew where it could have possibly be lost, cause like I stayed doing the triple tap.
I think that died. Whatever. Continue.
bet.
Oh, okay.
I stayed doing the triple tap. So as soon as I didn't feel the phone in there, I knew that it was only a few minutes ago. So it had to be in that same location. So I can't lie, I looked like a creep for a little bit. Like I turned the phone.
To find your iPhone?
No.
Flashlight?
The flashlight.
Yeah,
I
I
turned
gave
on
you. You were just flashing.
Yeah, I was
everybody's
flashing the
legs.
ground, and I'm like, damn, I look crazy, but I don't give a fuck. I gotta find my phone, and then it wasn't anywhere on the floor, so I'm like, oh, it has to be on the stage somewhere. I didn't go on the stage. Like you told me to go. Someone told me to go on the stage.
We were trying to
That
get.
was you. That was Alicia. Look at her.
She told me that before she told you. She was like, I need to get Mucho to go on
yeah,
the
she's
stage.
like, go on the stage. Go on the stage. I'm like, bet.
I'm like, this is good content.
So I didn't actually go, but like I fake sat up with around there for a little bit, and then like, I guess when I came down, that's when I didn't feel it anymore. And those people that are on the stage, like I don't think they're actually with the party. You know what I mean? But there are people that had the same idea as me.
Right.
Like they had like a bunch of phones kind of hidden under fluff and stuff, and like champagne bottles and things like that. And then every time you called my phone, I would see a phone light up. So I'm like, that might be mine.
Hidden.
Yeah, so I waited till they didn't look and stole my phone back.
Jeez.
Now let me try to play the other side. Now what if
Reversal, man.
Nah, they stole it, bruh.
Now what if when you were sitting on the stage, your phone fell out your pocket?
I would feel it.
But you said you didn't feel it.
If they pickpocket
Clearly.
it, they know how to do it the right way and stuff like that.
But okay, let's just say it fell out your pocket on the stage. What if the people who were on the stage just put the phones in a spot
You're right,
to give to someone later? That could have been like a bunch of lost phones
It could be.
I doubt it.
to give to someone later.
It could be. But
Because why would you, if you're stealing phones, why would you keep the stolen phones out in the
the
open?
guy had no he had no shorts, no nothing. He was
Like, someone
He
would've-
took your
pockets.
stuff and then felt bad and wanted to give you a chance to steal it back.
Perhaps.
Like, I don't
perhaps.
think that would be the hiding spot for the stolen phones
That is an
behind the
interesting
champagne
point,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure bare people probably lost their phone that night, and it's like, all right, put it on the stage until you give it to someone, maybe, or they could have
Perhaps.
just stole
That's
your phone.
optimistic.
See, now you're giving benefit of the doubt. That's good.
That's a little too optimistic for me. I think
could've
someone
just
said, "Yo, put it right there, sir." And this is all about put it.
But as soon as I found my phone, my night was teed again.
Teed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Illuminate was a lit
And
party.
Mucho started his rounds.
Yo, Mucho's
This
a
is
hungry
when he
guy,
started the
man.
rounds. He started
Mucho's
the rounds
so
at
hungry.
Tailgate.
Yo, I'm not hungry.
You are hungry.
I
and
got
it's
I gotta clear the air because I have
Nah.
a lot of incriminating evidence.
You're hungry, dog. Nah, Mucho.
I'm not.
But it's okay. Like, you are just a hungry guy.
nah, man. 'Cause
Mucho, there's been so many times where these guys would come home. Where's Mucho? He's on a mission. Like, bro, what do you
come home? No, I'm not at somebody else's home. What do you mean come home?
No, the guys would come home, like
Okay.
to my family's house, and you would be missing.
Cap. When did that happen?
That's happened at least twice.
That's
It happened
Yes.
when you guys went to somebody, anybody.
Oh, okay. Facts.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
that
if it
did
happened
happen.
another
Yeah,
time.
you don't come back.
Facts.
And there was another one where he went out again, and I was like, "Where's it?"
Oh,
Before
you
Juve.
went, no, when he bought the ticket on the low to Big Wall and
Yeah.
went by himself.
Like,
Yeah.
another
yeah.
moment, him
Well, that's
hungry.
more him just going dolo by himself.
Yeah,
right?
I needed my solo mission. I can't lie.
Why?
you went on
though?
bare
Why?
solo
Exactly
missions.
why. And that's why I called you nigga selfish.
Yeah.
We are
You move very selfish on
we are
vacation.
on a
Yeah, I
group
do.
trip
Okay.
planning to go to parties, and we're discussing if we should buy the ticket to this party or not
Yeah.
as a group.
Well-
and you buy the ticket by yourself and
Yeah.
don't tell anybody that you
And then
bought
has
the
the nerve to
ticket.
come back after, like, "Oh yeah, by the way, y'all, I'm going to Big Wall." Like, what are you? What?
Yeah, the ticket got purchased like 20 minutes before that. But it's just like, it's hard to make decisions like as a big group, right? So sometimes I just make my own.
I don't think so.
But then
the
communicate
only
the
time
decision.
Nah, I should have.
the only time we were like back and forth was Juve. That was the
Yeah.
only time we were
Okay.
like drawing our feet. Every other time it's, "Oh, we're going here. Yeah, buy the ticket."
Yeah. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
You just wanted. You're hungry and you're on a mission. That's simply what it was. Admit it.
It's more like it's not the selfish thing, because it's like, I don't think I'm a selfish person. Like,
You're selfish
I
on
wouldn't-
vacation.
I wouldn't call it selfish. I just think you're very
Lack of consideration.
nah. What are those video games? You're a story mode video game player.
Right,
You know
I'm not
when like it's
online.
only one person can play and they're like doing the career mode by themselves.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is like, yo, we're gonna play online, which is like, nah, I want to do the story. It's more interesting.
If I told you guys I was going to Big Wall like 30 minutes before I bought the ticket,
We probably would've
you're
went.
coming too.
Well, I don't think at that time did the ticket get more expensive yet?
No, it probably was around the same price.
No,
I think.
that's why I was cheese.
said get
Not
it
cheese.
before 5
Cheese is
p.m.
extra, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, bro, what? Because I said it earlier. I was like, yo, the tickets
If
are
you
going to
wanna get
go
it, you
up.
gotta get it before
we
5
should
p.m.
get it now.
Yeah.
But then we were humming and hawing, so we didn't get it.
Right.
But if it was a thing, I would have just got it at that moment.
Yeah.
I will say, okay, you know what? Right, you guys are right. That was selfish, but I'm not always doing selfish shit. I'm doing selfless things too. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm giving a mix. That's but to
Yes.
call me out right there, that's fair enough.
So that was Thursday. What did we do Friday?
Friday was daybreak. All white party, baby.
Here, good.
Daybreak. Wait, are we gonna talk about how I had to cuss?
Oh yes.
I remember we
What
should.
happened?
Yo, that was.
Let's talk
All
about how
right,
that.
all right, yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to
That might
pick
have been
over
the
it.
that might have been
I
the
was trying to
funniest
breeze
night.
past that for you, but all right.
That might have been the funniest night of the whole trip, bro. We were on the floor, rolling, laughing.
All right, so I'll try to keep this vague because like I said they're not bad people.
They're good people.
They're good guys. I think they just got caught up in the moment.
They're hungry. See, I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to go smash. I'm not trying to link after. Like, that's hungry.
Zoe, it looked diabolically insane.
Okay.
Like for my woman friends, what I was witnessing, I did not like. This was crazy.
Yo, one thing about me is
It was crazy.
I can kick it with you at a party. We can chill. We can talk. Group. But I have boundaries. Because I don't know you like that, I have boundaries. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why I let you guys in my family home because I trust you guys. I'm around you guys all the time. But certain times it's like, yo, I don't want after the party, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, maybe you gotta get my IG cool, but like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, we were with a group of guys. Like I said, they were great. Everything was cool. Like, there was no problem. Like I said, they took care of us. It was fine. But like I said, there's certain guys that sometimes just don't know when to quit, and they get a little bit too comfortable. So, without saying too, there's just a situation where they had crossed a boundary with me, and I went from like, and these guys, I went from like, like ha to like, yo, I'm about to fuck you up. Get up, like get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
And like that was like, I crossed that line very quickly. Like, I'll give you like a one, like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
Relax. But once you cross that line, I turn into a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, do not fuck with me.
Right.
If I feel like you're crossing a boundary, I will actually cuss you out.
I agree with you, but I feel like the way you made it vague, like, you might as well just say what happened, because now it sounds even worse than it actually was.
Does it?
It was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, a
bad,
little
but
bit.
like,
Okay. So what happened?
It wasn't even like let me say it then.
Okay.
So it's not a thing. It was just one of those when it's like, a group of dudes at a party is trying to talk to, maybe a shorty and her friends, and they're just trying to line up a play for afterwards, but the girls ain't really going for the play that they're trying to line up, but they were just kind of, they kept trying to throw it at the wall and see if it would stick, and it
Yeah.
wasn't sticking, but they just kept throwing.
It looked like it was sticking a little bit, but it was just they started
Yeah,
doing too
but
much.
also
towards the end.
I get it to a small degree, because sometimes, and I'm not this type of person because I have a bit of like too much pride. Like once a girl and her friends aren't showing me the vibe, instantly I'm like, all right, this is over.
That's why it's like, so you're
But
good? Like, you okay?
Some people are
asking,
like, let's just pull up and see what happens type of people.
yeah, there we go.
I'm not one of those.
What happened.
That's
That's what it led to. Yeah.
I'm not one of those
Yeah.
people, but some people, because that does work sometimes. Like sometimes people are like, all right, you're already here, whatever.
Don't try to create your own AP at somebody else's crib.
Yeah. That's
I
insane.
agree.
That's insane. And my thing is
invite
like,
them to
Invite
yours.
them to yours, or if you get the invite, pull up.
it would have been cool if it was like, all right, cool. Like, like, all right, night's done. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Then maybe we can find a place to actually like link up after, all mans. But it turned like into, okay, bye, see you later, to we're outside. I don't play those games.
Yeah.
So I've already told you, like, it's not one of those. Like, I'm with my friends. They have an Airbnb in my family's house that they paid for. I'm not just gonna have you guys and first of all, I don't even want you guys around right now. Like, I'm chilling with my friends.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a bring all mans in here, and it's not one of those. So, and if I already had said that, and now you're saying I'm outside, and I don't even know you like that,
Right.
now we have a problem.
But granted,
Because not like it was like, it was like our friends back home, like, yo, Zoe, I'm outside. That's different. I met these guys yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I didn't know
Like,
that.
they were
either.
I'm saying they were friends. Like, don't get me wrong.
That kinda
Two of
makes
the
it
guys
crazier.
I knew.
Oh,
like, I was friends with them.
Oh, okay.
The other ones I did not know. So I was like, yo, listen, you're dragging it because I don't know y'all like that.
Yeah.
I don't play those games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
now,
why.
granted, if that was the situation, and like
Cheers.
they wanted to slide, and you were like, okay, that's cool, we would have got out your way. We would have figured something out.
No,
we would've.
I'm not doing.
So that's
that.
what
I would never the
we're
type
not
to do
snake
that.
we're not snake
Yeah.
friends. If you were trying to get
never
your
trying to-
rocks off, we would have accommodated.
None of us would. None of us.
I can tell though that wasn't the vibe, and like on our way out, it felt like you almost had to like fight your way out. So,
None
like,
of us
it
were
looked-
trying to get our rocks off, man. I mean, at least I can speak for me. I don't know if any of y'all were trying.
Were y'all trying to get your rocks off in the background? They said no. They said no.
I was like, and my thing is, like I said, there's certain men who just don't like.
That's a good point too.
The what?
She said it was like what, day one? Hell
Yeah,
no.
it was day one.
Getting your rocks off on day one with people you
some
don't know
people-
is kind of OD.
Some people are about it. I'm not gonna judge. That's not me. It could have been day 10, and I'm still not. Like I said, it's not.
I'm not sleeping with women on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, sure,
I'm not.
sure.
Have I?
You've never slept with a woman.
No, you.
I don't know
You
here.
haven't.
As a younger man, I
But you're
have.
telling me you wouldn't.
That wasn't why we were coming to this.
There's no way you haven't slept with someone on vacation.
And that might be
Younger
kind of
man.
sexist.
How much younger? Last year?
Nah, 25 maybe. Yeah.
And that might be kind of sexist, because if one of the men was like, "Yo, I dealt with something day one," I'd be like, "You're on timing."
Oh, you
Really?
So I admit to the patriarchy
Yeah.
The
or
double
whatever.
standard, yeah.
I was
Double
like I said,
standard.
I thought it was a very clear group vibe. Like we were chilling.
Yeah.
Like you know, of course, men see girls and they try to like ha key.
But it is the same way. Okay, I'll be specific. Here at your aunt's place, I'm
It's
not bringing
kinda
a
OD.
woman
Yeah,
back
yeah,
here.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually not.
Yeah. That is OD.
But I feel
Jump
like
the gate with her.
but I feel like yeah, that's crazy. But I feel, why you jumping the gate? No worry.
You got extra breakfast for?
But I also feel like even if, and I've been in a situation before, even last year when I came to Jamaica, even when it's like I'm single, even last year whenever I come to Jamaica, and still it's like, yeah, we're cool in the park, but like, yo, you're not coming to my hotel room after. Like, it's not happening.
Kingston
It's
doesn't
fine.
feel like that vibe where you just go to other people's places and sleep with them on vacation.
You never know. Shit.
Maybe
can
on
be.
the all inclusive.
I've never done that.
That might be more of the
Never
norm.
done
Nah, I think your view would be different if you were in a spot like alone, or if you had a whole spot.
I was in spots alone. We just talked about
No, I mean like if you stayed in a place, say a hotel or a B&B, and you like had the whole crib
whole
where there
crib
was
to
more
myself?
space, then you
but
might think.
I feel like women are like, as they should be. They're more on guard here. Like, I'm not just pulling up to a random dude's place. You know what I mean?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I get it.
so I'm not even
You
trying to
never know.
convince them.
But yeah, that was it. And it was just like I said, there's no harm, no foul. I'm not
Yeah.
like mad at anyone, but just like, yo, certain things I'm like, I'm just not going for that.
I don't think he was the guy that was actually messaging you, but I seen one of them at Carnival like the next day,
Oh,
or I guess the day after. And yeah, I hailed him. It was all love. Like,
yeah, there's no
it was
problem. Like I
cool.
said, but it's like, yo, I'm gonna make things clear.
yeah,
Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is not. I'm just gonna make it clear. Like, yo,
Yeah.
it's not one of those. Get lost.
exactly.
It's cool, but there's no issue. There's no beef. But it's like I said, I feel like it was just, oh, we're cool the whole night. But it's like, yeah, but certain guys just don't know. Yeah, we were cool the whole night, but now the night's done.
Do you feel entitlement from dudes like that in general when you're outside with them the whole night? They're like, "What's next?" And they assume
Sometimes.
that's not a okay.
But I
not
appreciate
that
the
common,
guys
yeah.
who are like, yo, like link us tomorrow. You know what I'm
Shit,
saying? Like they
yeah.
let you take the
Yeah.
because that is more like if they really wanted it to go like that is more inclination for me to talk to you the next day.
Yeah.
You have to put the ball in the woman's court.
The
And
most
they weren't doing that. They were ball hogging
they
that
were-
shit.
They were stuffed. They were pulling.
rolling it on the ground. Wouldn't even let the ref touch it.
yeah, the most you could
Wouldn't let
do.
the ref touch it.
Like dead ass.
Yeah, the most you could do is like, yo, what
love
are
a
you
basketball
guys
analogy.
That was good.
saying afterwards? That's what you gotta do.
What are you guys saying afterwards?
What are you guys saying afterwards? And they'll tell you if they're like, yeah, we're going to bed. Then you know it's over.
Right.
It's done.
Why are you trying to convince them not
Unless-
to go to bed? Like,
Unless they say, I don't know, what are you guys doing? Then you know it's more of like you could probably get
This is
something
a seasoned
done.
professional right here. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
back in my
Back
day.
on the day, back in his free agency.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was Thursday night. Friday night or Friday day was like the
What did we
infamous
do?
We're only
daybreak.
Friday night now.
Friday day is
Friday day.
daybreak.
Wow.
Daybreak, yeah.
And daybreak was
It was
all
cool
white-
too.
The all white party,
all
right?
white party that we went to. And
yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
like one of the biggest parties I would say, like Carnival Week in Jamaica, daybreak, and it's a party that I think happens in Miami. They do it in Toronto. I'm pretty sure. Like it's a traveling party, but daybreak they had one for Carnival, and it was on the Friday in the day. And when I tell you guys, it poured.
Yeah.
It poured till it can't pour anymore.
Not Jamaican rain either. Like this was serious hour.
I mean, that's
rain.
but you mean like not like tropical rain where it's like
Yeah, it wasn't
20
like
minutes
for
and
a
it's
few
done.
minutes an
It
hour.
was raining for at least like an hour, maybe an hour
torrential
and a half.
downpour is what you called it.
Yeah, it was OD.
We had to go hide in the stands.
Yeah, like I think we were trying to fight because when we got there also, so we got to Daybreak, we immediately bought like 2 bottles because bottles were cheap. What was it like?
They were.
$200 for 2 bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
And
got
Chase
fixed up
was-
nice
yeah.
for.
That's
for
unheard
cheap,
of
yeah.
Oh,
back home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was talking shit. I'm like, 200. I'm like, what I say? And the girl's like, wait. What I say? I was like, oh, like $200. You don't got a tip. And she was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, sorry. I'm like, I'll tip. Yeah. I'm like, $200, 2 bottles, no bottle girls, no sparklers, no tipping. Let's go. And she was like, wait. And I was like, oh, sorry. I gave her like $1,000.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was DIY. Just grab that bucket and go.
Yes. Yes.
I like
literally.
it. This is
Grab
how
a bucket, find a table.
This is how clubs should be. Not $500 for 1 Casamigos, and you want a tip on top of that, or I'm broke.
Because you're really. Because they're really just paying for the bottle, girl. Like, what's
Yeah, no, literally.
What's the
And that's why I
difference?
said, no bottle girl, no sprinklers, or sparklers, don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was cool.
But Daybreak was good. It was an all white party. Like I said, it got rained out, and it was crazy because we were trying to fight it in the beginning. We were like, yeah. And the thing, we were underneath, like they had like a covered area,
Yeah.
but the cover was literally like a silk sheet.
Yeah, it was a
Like
sheet.
it was literally doing nothing.
We're literally under like like that, and it's still coming down. I'm like
through.
looking up at like a
Same
structure
issue, and
over
I'm
us,
like,
and it's still
what the-
coming down. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I'm looking
what
up
the
like,
hell?
is that
what
structure?
material
Yeah.
is that? Like, why are we still getting soaked?
Is that a hologram? Like,
Like
is that
literally.
It's like the cloth that
Is that a hologram?
you know the
is that fake?
the interpretive dancers at church, like the clothes that they wear and like the little cloth that they swing around.
That's what they put on.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
So,
then we
And
kind of
then
all broke
wait,
up that
hold
day,
on.
yeah.
Yeah. So that day we kind of ended up breaking up a little bit. Some of us stayed in the stands. Some of us went down. I saw a dude that knew me from somewhere who was like on the stage by the DJ, and he told me to come up. So I can't remember who I was with at first. I think I was with Mucho.
You brought me up.
Yeah, I was like, yo, y'all can come on the stage. So we went up on the stage for a little bit. But this was also one of those where it's like, it's active down there. I don't want to stay on the stage. So I was up there for a second. I left. And I think I left Mucho on the stage. Like, you stayed on the stage.
Solo
When I
mission.
left.
That's the episode name. Solo mission.
solo.
And then,
Holy.
and then
Mucho
that's when the
solo mission.
breakup, that's when the breakup happened.
I mean,
Because
the
then,
breakup. Oh, when we all kind of like went our
split,
separate
yeah.
ways. Yeah.
because then who knows where Mucho went. And then he popped up in Usain Bolt's booth with Zoe.
Hey,
And
dropping names is crazy.
how? It's
okay, yeah.
It's
It
at a
was-
party. It's not
yeah.
nothing.
Everyone was vibing.
I
It was
filmed
chill.
him. He said turn up. Like, yeah.
No, but I was gonna tell. It's fine.
Oh, you got to get there.
Mucho hopped. Okay, I'll let you guys tell that part
Yo,
because I wasn't
Mucho's
there.
way of getting there was crazy.
Well, my whole thing is another reason that I go on these solo missions is I don't want to be a burden to the woman too, right? So it's like if I'm with you guys aren't getting in sections like that. You just aren't.
I gotta yell. That's my brother.
yeah, you
Like,
gotta do
that's what I do
all
to
that
you
extra
for.
stuff. Yeah, you
Zoe
know what I
did
mean.
that
So
100 times this.
and you're a real one for that, but I don't even like asking for that. So like,
Yeah,
You let my brother up, please.
nah, I don't beg to be in booths. I'll stand at the back by myself.
exactly. So then somehow all the girls found themselves in that booth. You could tell me how it happened.
Yeah. No,
I can beep it if you want.
it's fine. People are just gonna put 2 and 2 together if they're real fans.
Nothing happened. He was at a party. So what?
Last year, I recognized people that I met in Usain Bolt's booth.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, remember? Because we were in the stands, and like a couple of them looked at me, and they were like, oh, and I was like, oh yeah, like I remember them. And then I told one, and one of them was like, yo, like come. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna circle around and come back. So we were chilling in the state because it was still raining at that point. When we went back down, now I'm like, okay, let me go say hi. So I was like, let me just go. I think me and one of my homegirls just went up. Oh no, I went by myself actually.
See, solo mission.
I was there because I couldn't
The
find.
solo mission.
So I was there by myself the first time. So let me just see if it's feasible to get up. I don't know how they're gonna move.
Yeah.
So I go, yeah, come. I go up, blah blah. I hail him, say hi to everyone, and then I'm like, okay, let me try to get the girls up now. You know what I mean? So and also there's like no service. So I'm texting Alicia. I'm texting all the girls like, bro,
yeah.
can someone please come? Like I'm alone in this booth.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm calling for active backup. I'm trying to point in the crowd, like
Yeah,
telling
lucky
your
I saw
cousins.
you by yourself first.
Yeah, and I'm like,
what
bro,
you know?
tell them to come up here. You know what I'm saying? So eventually the girls started to come through. But yeah, so in that section was like Usain Bolt section. He loves that part. So this is the second year I've seen him.
Yeah.
He was having the time of his life as always. And then all of us were in there, and Mucho was on the stage.
Yeah, so
right.
the booth and the stage is both elevated at the
They're
same.
both
like,
elevated,
yeah.
but they're kind of like they're still separated.
Yeah.
Right. And we're on like the booth beside the stage, but there's like a huge gap between us. Like you can't just hop over.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing Mucho say blah, blah, and then like maybe like 30 seconds later I turn and Mucho's behind me in the booth.
Facts.
I was like, how did you get here?
So I think he saw me like communicating with you, Usain Bolt. I think he saw me.
Usain Bolt.
Usain. My fault. Usain
Every
Bolt.
day
He's been saying that the whole time.
My bad.
Who's Usain?
Usain's like more Muslim. Usain
Usain
Bolt.
Bolt.
Okay. And he seen me on the stage, and I think it looked like I was with the party. Like I think it looked because I was literally at the front of the stage filming. Like
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of OD as well.
Yeah.
I think that's what I left because Mucho went. You know how stages they have
Yeah.
like a side stage and like a little bit closer, and then they usually have like one narrow path that goes
Right.
out, and it's like the very front. Mucho was standing like
At the very front, like a
front,
performance.
like
Wow.
he was the
Like,
artist.
raise your hands in the air. No.
Filming.
He was doing crowd
He was
control.
standing
Yeah.
at the front, like where the MC stands.
Yeah. What?
And I was like, okay, I gotta back off before I get looped into this. And I kind of just faded away.
So it's like I'm gonna leave Mucho for dead. They kick him off. That's his problem.
But this is how I know that like I'm smooth a little bit too, because your friend that brought us up, I'm like, is it cool if I go to the front real quick? So he seemed to be involved with people over there. So he said it was all good. So by the time that I seen you with Usain Bolt, I was filming you, and then you turned around or whatever, and then Usain Bolt said, "Come."
Oh.
But like I still
you
did.
thought you were one of the MCs.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But still, I wasn't trying to deal with security or anything, so I rated to they're busy. And then you're right, it was a big gap, but there was a ledge to the right, so I just jumped off of that.
So you
Yeah.
you stage hopped.
2 jumps, yeah.
God.
He hardcore parkoured into Usain Bolt's booth.
You don't know how long I looked at that gap and was like, is this worth it? Should I do this jump right now? And just landed on the opposite decision of you.
Yeah,
I mean, the booth was booming, but it was just packed.
yeah,
it was
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Crowded.
And then also a girl smacked Mucho was getting a little too comfortable again, like in Mucho fashion,
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
so naive, white girl
Facts.
optimistic. Mucho starts filming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm filming.
And Mucho has a very interesting habit of like filming
Too long.
too long and just like filming girls he doesn't know.
Facts.
I
So
don't
Mucho-
understand it. I
Mucho
don't
was like-
understand it at all.
Bro, all I saw was Mucho like, yeah. And one girl goes, smacks the phone right out of Mucho. Mucho's like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like, she grabbed Mucho's phone like it was a trap. Like, I was like, shit.
So this is how I start doing those stories, okay? Like I start filming myself, and then if I see one of the girls looking at the camera, then I turn it on them. But just because one of the girls in the girls group wants to be filmed
Doesn't mean
they all do. So yeah, and when she did, I said, my bad. You know, it's all good.
I'll delete it right now.
Yeah, facts. I showed her me deleting it. But if Bolt was down for me to film, then everybody should have been down. That's what I
No,
think.
that's not how it works.
Why not?
That is not how it works. Absolutely not. Just because Usain Bolt's okay getting filmed and he's Usain Bolt doesn't mean I want to be in this random nigga story.
Nah, that's fair enough.
Literally.
It's a 90% success rate.
And
I hate
and
when
you'll
random
just
men I don't know film me.
and
I
you'll
hate
just
it.
like keep it on them.
bold
I
stuff.
understand like a
Right.
quick
Because
pan.
what do you do in that video after?
Well,
Not just
it's
in your camera?
posting on
It
the
working
story.
is like
Yeah,
a flirting
on the
versus
story.
harassment thing.
No, even if I'm dancing and a guy takes his phone, like videotape, or his friends like, bro, move,
You're the 10% still.
who don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's only 10% of girls don't like it.
Yeah. Well, with the right dude, you know.
If it's like guys that I know, sure, but like a guy who I do not know,
But we have to be chilling in the section for a while. Like I don't just hop in the section and start filming. No, we're all vibing and
No.
then, you know what I mean. Fair enough.
your
But now
camera.
we have documentation of the like always be filming, right?
Yeah, but you can pick and choose.
Yeah, fair
Because Mucho will film and then land on a girl who might be like doing a little dance, and he'll just stay.
Oh my
like
goodness.
and not move the camera.
until they
all.
look like what's that meme? Like the Terrio meme where you like look at the eyes.
Yeah.
Like that's what they look like. They're like, okay.
Like there's an
Someone put this
art to
down.
filming when you have to know when to. You have to actually stop before you should stop.
Alright,
You know, so that video cuts off like with the energy that you're intending.
Oh.
You can't let the video die down and then stop.
We gotta let the people judge for themselves. So I'm gonna plug it Mucho TV Snap. Yeah, then you could judge for yourself. There you go.
Just stop at a girl and just stand there.
If you're already subscribed, then you've had quite the entertainment this past
you've
week.
entertained this week.
God.
You've been posting some stuff on your snap.
You've been posting some things, man.
That's too, man. I gotta help you guys out, man. It can't just be you guys filming.
Yeah, but Daybreak was a vibe. And what did we do after Daybreak?
I can't remember. I'm trying to.
What
did we do after Daybreak?
We went to pick up our costumes.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
We went
Yo,
to pick up
that
our
was a thing,
costumes.
too.
And that was a whole other thing. Picking up
Yeah.
our costumes for yard. Like I said, yard mass, we had a really great experience. I mean, at least I had a good experience at the parade jumping with them. But the costume pickup, man, I'm going to be very honest in my review with the costume pickup. I was like, yo, what is going on? And like I said, everything this is my first time playing mass overseas. I played mass in Carabana like 5 times before. So I'm familiar with costume pickup and stuff like that. I've never had, and this is just me and my luck. I've never had a situation where it's like, oh, it's taking too long, or like, oh, things are missing. Like, I've never had that happen when I play mass in Toronto.
Right.
And play mass in Toronto, I think, is much bigger than Jamaica.
Interesting.
I think. I could be wrong.
Is it?
I could be with masquerade. Well, think about.
There's more bands, right?
There's way more bands in
Yeah.
Toronto. There's
And
what?
more people, like a lot
And I
more
think that like just,
population.
but I'm just thinking like population.
wow,
Think about
okay.
the amount of population in Toronto who do Carabana. I think, and I could, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm very open to being wrong here. I think it is more people, more volume than Jamaica
That
Carnival.
would make sense. Yeah.
I think, just from a mathematical
either.
population standpoint, how many bands there are, right? Don't get me wrong, a lot of bands in Toronto are better than others. But the bands that I've chosen, the years that I've done, I've never experienced like the craziness with costume pickup or whatever. So like I said, it was kind of smooth in the beginning. You know what I mean? We go, we're here to pick up our costumes. We give our ID, blah, blah, blah. We have, I guess, accounts or whatever, all this stuff. My account's good. I think your account was good in the beginning. And then Tresor, they were waiting on.
Do you remember what happened with my account? Who they gave it to?
Well, that's after. Well, wasn't that after?
What are you talking about?
I mean, who they get? I remember that everyone account was good. In the beginning,
okay,
when we first initially
first pulled up.
yeah.
Sorry,
So when we
sorry.
first got there, Zoe's here,
Yeah,
Mucho's
check,
here.
check. Yeah,
Tresor had some issues, I think, with yours.
Right.
But all good. Okay, cool. When your name gets called, get your costume. Amazing. Soon as I step in, Zoe Smith. Oh, perfect. Beautiful wings. Right.
Yeah.
They hand me my backpack. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous backpack. So if people saw my post, I have like the roses, the red feathers. Beautiful. Probably one of the most beautiful backpacks I've had playing mass in my experience in the last 6 times I played. That was a gorgeous backpack. So great. That was quick. Pick up my backpack. Okay. Zoe, come around now. Hand them the next sheet. Get your costume. The girl opens it. Okay, here's your wire bra. Here's your panty, your leg pieces, your arm pieces, and your shoulder pieces with your arms. I said, perfect. I've never, in my experience, had to open every single bag. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's me being naive and from Toronto. I never had to open every single bag and check.
Yeah,
If you tell me it's in there, all right, cool. I can see it. It's in there, right? So I didn't think, okay, I got to go through everything. Like I said, in Toronto, I've never had a situation like, oh, I'm missing a very important piece. Never had it.
Annoying.
If you tell me that it's in there, I'm assuming it's in there. You're the one who gave me the box. You know what I mean? And you're telling me, showing me piece for piece what's here. So if I see a thing that says, oh, arm and neck, I'm like, okay, arm and neck is in there. Cool. So cool, have everything. I thought, headpiece, everything's in there. Great. Here's your bag, da-da-da. Goodie bag, here's your wristband. You need your wristband for mass, and you need your wristband to jump in the food and the drinks, whatever. All right, cool. Tresor starts to get his, but there's like issue. Oh, your shorts are mixed up and the different sizes and stuff like that.
I think they just like threw mine together with what was left.
Yeah.
So like my shorts were the wrong size and like things were just different colors. But I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. But someone who cared might have been upset, but I didn't really care. But yeah, my stuff was a little bit mixed up. But
Yeah. All right,
whatever.
cool. So that was fine. We're kind of, and I'm like, okay, look, Mucho's been waiting. Mucho has my backpack on his shoulders, just like chilling,
Yeah, facts.
talking to all the girls. Mucho's being Mucho, chatting it up with all the girls. Key. So I'm like, bro, where's your costume? He's like, oh yeah, it's coming. I'm like, okay, cool. Keep in mind, all you guys have is t-shirt and shorts.
It should be so simple.
So it should be so quick. Mucho still chatting, and I knew when it was serious. Mucho stopped talking. There was a point where you stopped talking, and you were like,
you
"All
got
right."
this.
Like when I do, if I stop talking, when Mucho stopped socializing, I knew okay, something like because there's one point you were just standing with my backpack on your shoulder, like with your hands on your hips, like yo.
I remember the exact moment this happened.
Like yo, walk on. So when
I'm documenting all this.
So when I saw him, I'm like, all right. I'm like, so what happened? He's like, yo, I don't know what's going on. He's like, apparently someone took my costume. And I said, what are you talking about? He's like, someone apparently took my costume. I said, all right, no. Now we're not doing this. Yeah. So I called them over. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They come with an iPad. And they go, who's this? And show me a picture of some Mexican looking youth. And I'm like, who is? And at first I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, who is that? They were like, well, that's Mucho. I said, that's not Mucho. This is Mucho. And they were like, well, this is who picked up Mucho's costume. And I said, I don't know who that nigga is.
And imagine they asked me my ID first.
So
how did that happen?
Sorry to this man.
Right? So I'm like, bro, I don't. And the thing is, like, I don't want to say, and like I said, you know, maybe I don't want to say temper, but like energy was high. People were stressed. I don't want to say it came off accusatory, but in the beginning, I was kind of like, yo, what are you guys on right? Like I'm telling you, I don't know who that man is. I'm not scamming you guys for a t-shirt and short set. Like I also sent you guys a proposal beforehand with all of our pictures in it. So with all due respect, I don't know what the communication is, but it's like I'm telling you, I don't know who that man is. And if you guys are telling me, we all have to show ID to get here. Yeah. So how did this man get this cost? And Mucho doesn't have like a normal name like John Smith.
Anthony.
Yeah, or like Anthony Brown. Mucho, what's your last name?
Mucho Abimano.
Exactly. What are the odds that man had the exact same name?
I might be.
Like, what are the odds of that man having his name?
Yeah, and you know what? Mix-ups happen, so I wasn't tripping too hard at that point. But then it just took like bare time to bring shorts and shirts.
Then it took much longer. Then they had to and Mucho was like, oh, well, honestly, at this point, like, we've been waiting here forever. Just like, give me whatever you have. And that's not the point. Like, every costume's $1 amount. And I was like, well, that's your $1. Yeah. With all due respect, like, we came here, we're showing you ID. I'm telling you, I don't know who that man is. That's an issue on your guys' side. Yeah. You guys gave that man the wrong costume. No, I don't know how that man came in here saying he was Mucho Habimana.
No, you got it.
Oh yeah,
on first.
So, what are you guys trying to tell me?
All the Uber drivers think he's Spanish when we walk.
Literally. So eventually, we got it all sorted. Mucho got his costume after how long we were in there. We had to get drinks, and some person's like, "Bro, we're so tired and annoyed." Like
Mucho will always find wherever the red stripe. In the drink, so.
Yeah, Mucho came back out with a drink. I said, "Where did you get a drink?" He was like,
"I seen that station." I'm like, "Is it free?" She's like, "All inclusive." I'm like,
"Yeah." One thing about here, there was drinks everywhere. Every single place we went, you could get a drink.
Yeah. So I mean, that was the hiccup that really didn't impress me. But all right, cool. You know, whatever, things go on. Friday night, Saturday morning, we were like dragging our feet. Oh, another issue is we were supposed to do Juve, right, with Yard Mass. That was supposed to be included in like our whole package with the media. Oh, you get Juve, and also this is my first time actually willing to do Juve. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm doing it.
For people who don't know what Juve is.
Yeah, people who don't know what Juve is, it's like this, and I don't really know what Juve is. It's like
for lack of better words,
it's the road march before Carnival that includes like, you know, the paint and the celebration and and it's over. It's it's like overnight / like morning to morning. So it's like 3 a.m.
It's like a carnival with like paint and all that stuff, and it's like super late into the morning.
Yes. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, people, I don't know, I think in Trinidad, usually in Carnival practice, oh my god, I think it's raining.
It is raining.
Yeah, I feel like it's raining.
I'll keep going till we feel it.
Yeah. In Carnival practice, you do Juve right into Carnival. That's what I thought. But I guess Jamaica Carnival and logistics, you kind of do Juve the morning before, because like Saturday morning. And then Sunday was Road March, right?
I don't know how you could have energy for that.
Yeah, but we were kind of like heeing and hawing about Juve, but whatever. So when I go there now, I'm like, listen, do we have access to Juve? And that was a whole other issue. They were like, no, there's no access to Juve. Media doesn't have Juve. And I was like, all right, well, like, that's what you guys told us. You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote down everything that was included in our package. All right, cool. We can't do Juve with them. That's no problem. Whatever. So I ended up doing another Juve, because you guys didn't have access and whatever. So I'm like, okay, let me just do another Juve with another group of friends that I had. And I was going to say, my first time doing Juve, I almost, like you guys said, I almost flopped like 100 times. I was like,
Yeah,
no, I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting sticky.
Right there, if you were more decisive, I would have went with you.
Yeah. I was very
It did
indecisive.
take a while.
I was very indecisive.
If it was like, yo, let's just do it, then yeah, we probably would have just went and tried
Yeah.
to take.
And my friend was like, I have a band. And I was like, I don't know. I'm ready. I'm like, the time, blah, blah, blah. But I ended up making it. It took for me to get there. I had to change. My friend had an outfit for me. I almost flopped even on it was a whole bunch of process,
On the
whatever.
way, almost flopping is crazy.
Literally, almost flopped on the way there, literally. But I was like, you know what, let me just go. So I went, and honestly, this is coming from me, and you guys know me. I'm not a Soca fan. I never cared for Juve. I never did it. I don't like the pain. But I had a really great time. I had a really great time. The group of friends that I went with was great. It was hilarious. My friend's man is also not a Juve guy at all. Like I said, like real Jamaican doesn't.
Yeah.
But he was like, yo, like this is a time.
He was vibing.
This is a time. Like it's open bar. We're getting lit. Like it's like 3 a.m. but like the sun is rising, but everyone's partying.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the paint initially threw, because I thought in my head I could dodge the paint. Impossible. The second you take a foot into the march, you're getting paint all over you.
That's how you
like,
they take it more serious than back
yeah,
when
like
we
you
were-
cannot dodge it. Like it's
Yeah.
impossible to dodge it. So I just accepted my fate. I was getting paint for the first like hour and a half. It was like paint central, like everywhere was getting paint. But then after a while, I guess the paint started to run out, and people were just okay, da 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 da. Like now it's just party.
Okay.
But I said it was open bar. We were all drunk out of our minds,
Yeah.
wasted, and it was a great time.
You were a warrior for that because you came back and had breakfast with us.
I
Yeah.
woke up. I think I woke up at like 9:30, and then like Zoe was like, "Oh, breakfast is ready," and came back up, and she's like, "Yeah, I just got back like 20 minutes ago or something."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yo, what?"
Yeah, so I was gone from
Zoe
Juve.
can hang too, you know.
Zoe's like,
Yeah.
I think had an 18-hour like spree there where she was just up.
I was gone. Well, I remember because I thought we were all gonna go at one point, so I napped, and then I woke up and I was like, "All right, it's still like, yeah, it's
I
still
was fake trying to just make sure you go.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I'll see you there. Just get changed.
yeah,
Because I wanted you to go. I could tell you were leaning that way,
yeah."
but had to convince yourself.
Because all my other friends were like, "Yeah, let's come."
And your girls were there already.
Literally, and they're like
"Yeah."
calling my phone, like, "You have to come, come." And I was like, "Bruh." So I just went, and I'm glad. Honestly, I'm really glad that my homegirl really convinced me because I was like, "Yeah, I'm just call this a night. Like I'm staying my Juve virgin." But
Yeah.
I had a really great time. It's honestly, it's a lot of fun.
And now, can you admit that you like Soca more?
No.
You like.
Listen, dude, hold on.
You like it more. I'm not saying you're the biggest fan, but after this trip, you like it more. You enjoy it more. Even if you say the dance hall is the most lit part of the party, that's still just 30% of the party. You're dancing to Soca the whole time and enjoying your time.
I'm dancing to the Soca songs that I like.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But there's still a lot of songs I'm like, I don't know it, and
Are
I'm
you
not
finding
feeling.
new ones that you like now because of the vibe?
Honestly, I didn't like that ring finger one for a while, but now I like
That
it.
song's tough.
That, whenever I hear that,
tough.
I'm like, oh, that song I never really liked. I won't lie. When it first came out, I was like, yeah, this song's not it. But hearing it on the road,
That's how-
Yeah.
That's how I felt
oh,
with
shit.
"Take It Easy." I will do the work. I didn't like it at first.
Oh, I love
Take
that
it
one.
easy. Oh,
You don't have to.
that
wind
one
up
I don't
yourself.
mind either.
I never liked it.
Yeah.
Heard it here. I liked it
I've
more.
heard that
Yeah,
song
yeah,
more
yeah.
than 10 times. Like,
No, they
the last
rinsed
little
that
bit.
song.
And there's one more that I didn't like that I like now too. Oh my god, what's the other
Bend
one?
down, let me slip in. I like that one
Bend
now too.
down, bend down, let me- yeah, that one's a good one.
Tough.
And holiday, that one I hated before. I don't mind it now.
You like it? See?
Yeah, so you're right. Maybe it's
And shout
starting.
out
slowly.
and shout out to my homie Classic. He has a song that just they rinsed the whole week.
What's that one again?
Big Dancer.
Oh yeah,
When the
if the
rum
rum tell you he's a big dancer.
dancer.
That's a big one.
I've
Tell
heard
them he's a
"Shake It
big
to the
dancer.
Max" more times than I've ever heard.
They
Yeah,
play
yeah.
Shake It to the Max a lot.
Running
I
it.
love
Yeah,
that song.
Big
I
Dancer
heard.
was a good one. That's a good track still. Yeah. So
That's a
yeah,
classic,
you're right.
bro.
There are some bangers. I will say there are some bangers.
Yeah.
But when the dance hall plays,
Right.
when vibes comes,
Yeah.
You're waiting for
It's-
it.
yeah.
when they turn the vibes on, oh my god, the place erupts. But yeah, so
Sure.
I'm really glad I went to Juve. I came back at like, so yeah, I was gone from like maybe like 3:30, 4 a.m. Came back maybe like 10 a.m. And yeah, I'd shower, try to get all the blue and pink paint off of me. And then breakfast is ready for you guys. And you guys woke up, we had breakfast. Then I went to sleep for like 2 hours before. Oh wow, okay. It's like
Okay,
really
it's
raining.
really starting to
Right.
rain right now.
Yeah.
What time are we at?
Do you need a hat, Zoe?
In
You can keep
intermission,
going-
y'all.
You can keep going with this hat.
It's raining
64. We're at an hour 4 minutes.
You can keep
We
going.
can keep
with this
going.
hat.
Do you want to keep going?
in the rain. But what about the
But
equipment?
is the equipment good though? That's the real question.
is okay.
It's gonna be fine.
I mean, I'm not worried about me.
But if it
I'm worried
keeps
about.
raining,
To be completely honest, the bigger issue is the sound of rain.
Can you
More
hear
than
it?
the
Is it bad right
equipment
now?
getting wet.
It was bad a second ago.
Oh, really?
Not bad, but like I could hear it a second ago. I feel like I can see clear. Like I don't know. Is this
So
gonna
we can't
pass?
just go like audio only for this last half an hour and just go inside.
I mean,
Let's
I
keep
guess-
going until like it's like, okay, we gotta go.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So,
Serious.
anyways, yeah, came back at like 10 a.m. Had breakfast and that, and that was my Juve experience.
That was
I had a
the
great time.
most impressive thing I
I
seen.
was thoroughly impressed by
The
that.
scariest
That
thing I was
looked
worried about
good.
was getting paint in my coochie. I was
Beg your
really,
pardon?
I was really scared for that because what I was basically like Juve, what they call it Monday wear, and it's like very like scanty clothes. Like I was wearing like a bodysuit that was like and like the Delroy team, they had really great marketing here, so they had like us wear like Uncle Delroy like bodies they had made, but it was literally like
that.
it was a bodysuit. I was like naked under with like a band across that said Uncle Delroy, but it was like mesh, and when you bend over, like you won't, but like it's still like it's only like a little bit of fabric between me and paint.
Right.
So if you're dancing on someone and they start to pour paint on your ass,
Yeah.
there's a high chance that paint's going in your box.
Jesus Christ.
So I was at one point I was like super vigilant, like not even to bubble. Cause I'm like, bro, cause I was seeing my girls bubble and men would just pour paint, and I'm like, yo,
Jesus Christ, man.
So I was at one point like I was very vigilant not to bubble. I'm like, bro, if I feel paint go down my ass crack, I'm gonna scream.
Jeez.
Hey, man. Anybody that brought something home after that, I hope you guys showered first.
Yo, honestly, people who do Juve go hard because, yo, I'm telling you, there were grown men in the parking garage laid out, like flat, like drunk,
That's hilarious.
face on the pavement. Like people are like, yo, like slapping them, pouring
Just
water on
asleep.
them. They were just completely done.
See,
'Cause
I'll never party that hard.
yo, but
Yeah.
but people need to pace themselves between the sun and the alcohol. You gotta like hydrate in between, and that's where the white rum and coconut water comes into play.
Woo, thank you guys for
'Cause-
Yeah,
introducing
thank
me
you.
to
Yeah,
that.
Zoe, what a combination.
When you do, and my homegirl wasn't like, my cousins do it here. I'm always like, I don't know, I don't really like it. But my homegirl's like, yo, listen, if you want to last this weekend between Juve and Road March, you have to do rum and coconut water because the rum, like coconut water, is gonna hydrate you at the same time, and it's no sugar. So, and I'm telling you, you can go for hours just drinking straight rum and coconut water and be good
I don't know.
and no hangover.
I don't know how or what it was this week or if it was just the drinks we were drinking, but somehow, cause like I used to be really, really good like with hangovers and never get them, and then over the last couple years I started getting hangovers pretty frequently after I drink. I have not felt bad in the morning this whole trip.
Really?
And that's very
That's good.
surprising. I've not felt
neither.
I haven't felt sick. I haven't gotten a headache.
Not one headache.
Not at all. And like that's insane for the amount that we've been drinking.
Yeah.
For the whole day, barely drinking water, barely eating.
And to be in the sun.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Daybreak, I
how.
was kind of dying. Like I remember I had
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge headache for a bit.
Really?
That's the only time
Yeah,
after.
just
It was
don't-
after daybreak.
What, you drinking a lot of sugar with your drinks?
I don't think so. I think it was more like the rest. It was like coming in like the second day,
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
flight and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But not like
Yeah, it was tough.
I figured it out though.
Yeah,
been
and then
good
that
moving
was
forward.
Saturday, and I didn't do anything Saturday at all. I went straight to bed because Sunday morning was Road March.
Yeah.
It was carnival.
We went to a Toronto party.
Oh,
That
y'all
was
went-
that was Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday
Anybody.
When did we?
Saturday afternoon, evening
Yeah,
ish.
which one of us went?
Yeah,
It was
you
you
guys
two.
went. Clyde,
So
Mucho.
you didn't come.
I took a
We
nap.
both didn't come.
Oh, you
either.
guys both
Did-
took a nap. It was just me. No, it was Lomia too, obviously.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just you two and
That's it. It was only us three.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. They
Wait,
came
no.
too.
Oh, and your
yeah.
cousins.
Yeah,
My
Yeah,
cousins.
yeah, they came
yeah.
too.
My cousins
Yeah,
went
there
too.
we go. Now the story's adding up.
Yeah.
That's when you went on your mission.
That's when Mucho disappeared.
Yeah, because I went to open the gate and Mucho wasn't there, and I'm like, "Where's Mucho?" They were like, "Man," and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, again."
But my phone was on though. Like it's like you guys know
I
what to
trusted
reach me.
that he knew what he was gonna do because I
Yeah.
remember we were all leaving and everything, and you're like, "Nah, fam." Like,
Yeah, because I hailed
I'm
you
gonna
as
do
you
my own
left. It's
thing.
not, I didn't disappear. I just told you I'm gonna stay for a little
I
longer.
was like, "Nigga, you better answer your fucking phone if I need." to." Like, God.
And then also I felt like I was with a lot of people I knew over there, so it's like
Well, it was
That's
a Toronto event, right? Like it was very,
Yeah.
it was a close to home type
That's
thing.
fair.
And then Mucho had to jump the gate to get home because his phone died.
He stays jumping this gate, man.
is that why?
My family's gorgeous
why.
gate. You
Your
stay
phone
jumping
died.
this gate.
One time you asked me to.
Well, yeah, I mean, that time you absolutely had to, but you were already doing it like 4 times before
This
that.
wasn't
so,
the
like,
night we went to that hotel event.
Hotel event. Oh my god, there's so many events.
Like I'm struggling to remember the order. of
that
things.
was the night before Juve. That was night like the Friday night
Okay.
before Juve.
okay.
Oh,
Because
that's
remember,
the Viva.
No, that
No.
was not. That was.
What is the hotel event?
Where you and Clyde went and just like you guys went to some bar or something like that, and Tresor and them are still here.
The influencer event.
Oh my
It was
God.
Friday
Yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah.
I remember it was Friday night, right
y'all
before
went to
Juve.
We went to Viva the day before Carnival.
Got you.
That night.
Okay.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
You guys went to Viva.
Yeah, I even forgot about that.
No, wasn't that Sunday? No, yeah, you're right. It was,
It was
I
the
even
night
forgot about that.
before.
I'm struggling to
It was the
remember
night
order.
before Carnival.
Yeah, I didn't go because I'm like, bro, I want a good night's sleep before
Viva was
Road
fine.
March.
It was
Viva
cool.
was
Yeah,
fun.
it was
I had a
cool.
good time
That
at
one
Viva.
was open bar as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Tati running the event.
No, it was cooler. All right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And then Sunday was the big day. Sunday, you guys got, or Mucho got his first carnival experience.
Oh hell yeah.
Sunday was Road March. And this is where, like I said, Yard Mass was a really great experience. But again, if you remember, when the girl said, all your pieces are in here, held everything up, I went to go actually put my costume on now. Okay, bra is great. The bra was so tight. If you saw, my breasts are like in my throat.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wire bra.
it probably works for the picture though.
Oh, it looked amazing in the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah,
But
yeah.
thank God I had pasties.
Oh word.
Because some girls are, like I said, I'm comfortable, but like I'm not that
Oh, yeah.
comfortable.
You
You know what I
definitely saw a
mean?
bunch of nipples.
Like some girls are cool. Like on road, nipples are just poking.
I'd feel like, yeah, and I almost feel like you'd be creepy to like telling them to, like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'll
It's just
tell
like,
a
it's just
girl if I
happening to
know.
everybody,
I'll
you
tell
know?
a girl if I know her. If I don't know a girl, I'm not telling her that her nipples.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
Yeah.
me neither. Yeah.
So some girls at Carnival don't care. They're like, okay, yeah, but I'm like, yo, I'm not that comfortable. Like just being in public. If I have a nip slip, I'm like, oh my God, no. And the way the wire bra was, like, it was moving. It was moving. So thank God, just in my bag, I had just like a small like pair of pasties. You know, yo, I have to put these on.
You keep
like,
that thing on you.
I don't know why I had them, but I was like, thank God.
You just
That
keep
thing.
pasties on you.
I don't know, but they were perfect. They were flesh color. They were small. Like they were just so. I just don't want my nipples
right on.
exposed. I just didn't like it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I just want something to cover because, like, God forbid if I'm dancing and this moves, and all of a sudden my whole nipple comes out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be cheesed.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank God. And honestly, it just worked. And yeah, I put on my wire bra, put on my panties, arm pieces, leg pieces, shoulder piece, completely missing. My neck piece was not in the box.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, my neck piece was not in the box, and my two bottom leg pieces were not in the box either. And remember, the girl said, "Here are your leg
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
Here's your arm and your shoulder." Not in there, or my neck. Sorry, not in there.
And you realized that the day of?
The morning of.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. You did.
Yeah, because the only thing I tried on beforehand was the wire bra. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
assumed
yeah.
everything. I want to make sure the wire bra. I know how to put it on because I don't want to struggle with it in the morning. So I tried it on before. But yeah,
So we got to Carnival.
I made it
We
work,
walked
though.
over. Zoe went to take pictures. We probably got outside for like 10 minutes, and it was boiling.
It was hot.
It was so hot out there. It was insane. So then the carnival started, and I was talking about this with my cousins, and it's like, it's cool, but like, the roads in Jamaica are so narrow.
so narrow.
To have so many people on those roads. Like, it's very, there was a session when we went out and it was a bigger road, but for the majority of the road, and I didn't know that, well, and now it makes sense that it's different from Toronto where different bands have different routes. So we were with our band's trucks.
Yes.
Because when you think about it, you never saw other
bands,
other
yeah.
trucks.
No.
Yeah, I thought Yard Master just dominated.
No. It
In
was
Toronto,
a different
Yeah,
route.
yeah.
For those of you guys that know, in Toronto, everyone follows the same route. So it's truck, like 50 trucks going the same way. So even if you wanted to just stop and chill, you'd still be able to listen to music because a truck is going to pass you
Yeah.
every 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Here, when the trucks move, you have to move.
Yo, and
If
the
you don't-
trucks are moving fast.
You're running after the
I
trucks.
was like, yo.
Kind of wild, yeah.
I was
Getting a drink is so funny.
like, bro.
You're like jogging by the truck, getting your drink, waiting for it, getting it back, and by that time you're all the way up there. Your friends are all the way back there. Then you got
A
to surf through
logistical
the
nightmare
crowds
all
and-
around.
I was like, but my thing, I'm like, yo, why are we like? Do you guys have curfew? Like, why are we going so? Like, yo, we're running.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yo, just stop. Like, let this truck go and wait for the next one because I'm like, yo, why are we running?
Yeah. At that point, like you can't even really stop and dance because if you stop and dance, the truck is gone. You can't hear the music anymore.
Yeah. The dudes that like they're running and dancing at the same time. I'm like, I'll never be that hungry. Nah.
Well, yeah, and the security, they're not playing over there. It's not like Toronto.
Yeah,
You break the
yeah.
fence and you're in.
I
and then
told
that's
you guys
it.
because there was a moment where our friends were in the ropes with us, and I saw security to zoom in on Alicia's wrist, and and was like, hey, and I said, yo, let's go.
That happened bare times.
He
where
was
it's
like,
just
yo,
trying
yo,
to get
yo.
over, yeah.
But also, we're missing the part where Mucho lost his wristband. He's a part of the mask. He has the whole costume, but has no wristband. And they don't care that you have the whole costume.
They told
If
me
you don't
that
have
the
a
wristband is more important than the costumes and more times.
if you don't have the wristband, you
Because
can't
think about
do
it. Someone could have just given you a costume.
Yeah. Well, I'll
And
Sorry, go ahead.
optimistic Mucho, he's like, I'm wearing the whole thing. It'll be fine. I'll make it work. They were on his ass.
I mean, they were, but they weren't. Like, I still got as many drinks as I wanted to. Or I was still in the same section.
You went up to the bar and got
Yeah,
them?
facts. I was still in the section with you guys, but also we have friends here too that
Yeah.
are right outside,
But
so I was
they
able to
did
chill
boot
with them.
you a couple times.
Yeah, but I'll
Like, they
just go back.
peeped
I
you.
just run a little bit further and then I'm back in later. Like,
I'm
it just,
screaming. And
you
they
know.
didn't let you eat either, though.
yeah.
No,
so I,
he couldn't get in.
And you couldn't get
I
into
just
the
had-
When we
food.
got to the first stop, yeah, you were just chilling with
I
us.
just got chicken foot soup instead for like 300, like or
Yeah.
300 Jamaican. So that's like I
Oh
don't
man,
know.
that's when I got in a fight.
Huh?
A fight?
Yeah, I got in a fight.
What?
With who?
The sun.
Oh.
Yeah.
But at that
The
little
sun
stop.
dummied me when we
Yeah.
were sitting there for a bit, and
Kudos to
I
y'all.
look ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
his arm is burnt.
Yeah.
But kudos to y'all, because I'm not gonna lie, like I needed because when you go through, there's a lunch section for the masqueraders, and when you go in there, there was also like a little indoor stadium.
Little. It was massive. It was
Well,
a whole,
it was like a big indoor stadium. That's where everyone would go eat, and they had AC,
Oh.
and I needed that. I
Oh,
don't know
thank
how I
God.
would have made it.
well, that's what
Dead
y'all
ass.
were doing in there.
Yes.
Whether you get your food, you
Well,
go
I'm up
in
there
where
burning in
the
the
bathroom
sun.
is.
Where you go, you get your, like, there's like food stations outside and
Food
like
looked
drink
good, too.
stations. So you pick whatever food you want and then you go into the arena and eat. And thank God they were blasting the AC in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, this is what I need.
I
almost took a nap.
I had an OD interaction in there. So I went and got food. It was fried chicken and dinner rolls. So these two women come up to me and they're like, what are you eating? And I'm like, fried chicken and dinner rolls. She said, I'm shaped like a chicken. Are you sure you'd rather eat that instead?
Jesus.
I was like, miss, I'm
I'm
hungry.
understandable.
I'm sorry. I'm like, miss, I'm hungry.
Shaped like a chicken.
And I just
Saying
walk
I'm
away.
hungry is crazy. Miss, I'm just so hungry. I don't want to
Yeah,
flirt with you.
I don't even, yeah, we can't do
Miss,
this.
I just wanna eat.
I just want to eat, please.
She said I'm shaped like a chicken.
She said, I'm shaped like a chicken. God damn.
Oh my God.
She said,
That is wild.
I'm shaped like a chicken. Are you sure you'd rather eat that instead?
Ew. Was she serving
"Ma'am."
the food?
No, it was like one of the masqueraders.
That's kind of a bar.
I'm like, I get what you were trying to do, but I'm not going.
Wrong guy to
But
put
was she
the
shaped
bar
like a
on.
good chicken or like a?
She wasn't shaped like a chicken. I think she's just, she was just trying to get a bar off.
Yeah.
So I rate the effort, but nah. So then we have lunch. We go back out on the road, and it starts pouring rain.
It wasn't pouring like daybreak pouring though.
It wasn't pouring.
It was
as bad as
raining,
everybody,
but
it was raining a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was very, very, very rainy. And by that point, bro, I was done. Everyone was just really tired, but we just kept going, and it just felt like we were walking forever.
Yeah.
Yo, man, that-
Yeah. We were walking for a long time.
And like I said, with Toronto, it's different because the route is just one road. Realistically, it's one road. It might duck off, but it comes back to that main road. So where if you're on one side and you get to the other side, you can kind of just leave if you want to leave. Here, you can't just stop and say, okay, I'm going to leave now.
Yeah.
Because you're in the middle of like a community. You can't go anywhere. So you have to walk to the end.
Yeah.
And that took us a long time. And by the end, that's when like everyone came. There's a million dudes with shiesties on.
Yeah.
And like the roads were so small. Because it rained, there was giant puddles. And you're
Yeah.
jumping over puddles, stepping in puddles, trying to keep up with your friends. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It was
Over
a
by then,
lot.
man. Oh
Yeah,
my
it was a
God.
lot. But I mean, I kept trucking. And at that point, I was so drunk. I was just by myself at one point. I was by myself
Yeah.
just walking. And I was just like, I'll run into someone eventually.
I remember just like sitting there, and then you pass by on top of a truck or something.
Yeah, how did you get on a truck?
So
So
and so I was literally I'm like, bro, I'm so drunk and I'm so tired. I was by myself just walking. And I'm like, I'll find someone I know eventually. And then I saw my homegirl with the towel over her head, like laying against, like her head against like a random building. And I was like, yo. And she was like, oh my God. And she was by herself too. And she was like, yo, let's try to get on a truck because we can't do this anymore. Should I have someone give me a VIP wristband? Let's try to get on a truck. and they let us on a truck, and I said, oh my God, we're gonna ride this to the end because there's no way I'm making it to the end on foot. I am dying, and I'm by myself in this hot ass sun, and it's muggy and it's wet, but it was a vibe though. And the truck was fun, but there was a lot of people. Like at one point, there's like the trucks are 2 levels. So there's a top level where they like pack it up, and there's a bottom level where the DJ is. And there was a point where I thought, I'm like in my head, I'm like, yo, what would happen if the top level just like collapsed?
Jeez.
Like I would just be dead. Like we would all just be dead down here because they were like jumping, and it'd be like doom, 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 and I'm like, if this might be my last day here. Like what if the thing just literally just collapses and everyone on top hits everyone on the bottom?
Jump.
Literally.
We're at the boat day now.
No.
You weren't gone that long.
Right? No, we're just wrapping up like
Okay,
Carnival.
okay, yeah.
And yeah, Mucho
That was like an
just-
11-hour affair. That it was a lot.
Mucho disappeared every like 20 minutes. At
Yeah,
Rodeo.
but we would
But
find him.
he would always circle back though.
That's the thing about when you disappear. It's like I do have faith that you're good, but like, what if it's the off? What if this is the time?
Yo, then R.I.P. man.
Oh
No,
my
yo,
God.
chill.
Don't say that.
Got
Do
one
not
life
say
to
that.
live.
Yeah, but it was still fun. Like I said, the drinks were good.
Yeah.
The service was good. Like I said, the experience with the Yardmaster was really good.
Yeah.
It was like really just to be immersed into that, you know, where everybody's just kind of on the same.
It was
type
fairly
of vibe.
organized. Like
Yeah.
you know,
the
route-
actual Carnival day was.
Yeah, it was the actual Carnival
Yeah.
day was organized. Like I said, lunch was good. I didn't even bother getting dinner. I was so drunk. I just wanted to go home. But you know, when we got back to the dinner, it was good. Like the execution, the timing, it all felt, at least in my experience, all felt very organized, timely, good. So they never really ran out of anything that I know. It's like the drinks were always going. So
Yeah.
they always had hydration drinks, which is good. They had like a hydration truck, which was funny because people would go to the hydration truck asking for liquor.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, it's just, which I respect that though,
makes
because
so
that's
much
really
sense.
important. The
Yeah.
hydration is really important.
That
So
makes
having
so much sense.
having like water, coconut water, juice,
Gatorade.
whatever, Gatorade.
Yeah.
But people would get cheese, and they were like, "Bro, like, there's another truck behind, like either behind or in front. Just go get liquor." But like, this is strictly hydration.
I think every party that has open bars should have like a hydration
Yeah.
part of the open bar. It makes so much sense.
That like they have that for people outside of the ropes too, where they were just handing out like Gatorade type stuff, and just that. I think I would be in really, really, really rough shape if that.
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
would have been dying.
Yeah,
Did
for
we talk
sure.
about when we got on the roof?
Oh, I mean, that was kind of
It was
earlier.
just me and you.
That was during
Yeah.
Carnival.
That's when y'all.
That
They
was fun,
climbed.
yo.
You guys know like the crates, like the port crates.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
They somehow ended up on top of the port crates with a big group of people dancing up there.
That was my funniest time, and it was like at the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
That
it
was
lit.
Like
I
we were
got
probably there
crazy
for maybe
footage
like
of that.
30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of a sudden, Mucho saw these guys on top of the crates,
Mhm.
and Mucho's eyes like lit up, like, "Oh my God,
That's
I
why
want
you
to
told
be
me to go up there. No?
I did because I saw your eyes. I'm like, just go. I'm like, go. I'm like, go climb it. I'm like, go. I'm like, it's good for
Climb
content.
the crate.
Yeah.
Go climb the
Great.
crate.
You're
And
helping
both
people
you-
get down and everything. You're helping
Facts.
girls tie their wings back on after.
Yeah.
I'm a gentleman, man.
You
I'm a
are. You're a
gentleman.
feminist.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh my
feminist.
God, here we go. I'm a feminist.
Mucho is
But
hilarious
yeah.
because you know I now being around Mucho this long, I see his play. You know, like I know his routine now.
What?
Mucho does when he sees a girl that he likes or wants to dance with, will maybe be walking by. He'll see her. He might look at her for a second, and then he'll like kind of try to do something to hype her up. He might point at her and be like, "Hey, hey," or yeah,
he hits this one.
He'll
This
do
one when they
something like this. And if they kind of like look at him, he'll kind of like dance over as well, or he'll be recording them first, and he'll dance over and then try to slide in. That was his.
dear
I saw Mucho do that 100 times, bro.
Oh my God.
Tested, approved, and trusted. That's the way you gotta,
Yeah, it was
Oh my
working.
God.
that's the way you got to do it. But
That's funny.
That's-
But Mucho's funny too because he's the type of man who he's like, yeah, you see my W's, but you'll also see my L's.
yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
And he took a lot of W's, but he took a lot of L's as well. And it was equally as funny.
What else did you take?
Oh, I had a funny one on the boat. I think everybody heard
Oh
it.
my goodness.
The girl
I
Barbados?
think everybody
Yeah,
heard it.
I won't lie. You were giving me secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
I was like, Mucho, just literally just tell her, like, leave her alone.
Which one?
The one
same
on the
one.
boat.
Oh yeah,
It was the same
Yeah,
one.
I
I
like
did
Mucho.
leave her alone.
Yeah, we're kind of
You did? Yeah, we're skipping.
we're kind of
Yeah.
skipping forward, but we'll tell that real quick because I was watching Mucho. There was a girl on the boat beside us, and
The girl from Barbados.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
and at first, initially, I'll give you this though, because at first when we talked to her the first time, she seemed very like receptive and open. He's like, "Oh, are you guys drinking? Whatever." So then he came
Mucho hit
back.
it with the way you drinking, boo. Literally, all of our heads turned like, oh my.
She ain't like that, boo.
Literally,
She ain't
every
like boo.
girl on the boat, like on our boat, was like, oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
So then Mucho said, "Can I come over to this boat?" She looked at him and she's like, "Why?" And I literally just had to turn around. I just turned around and walked away. I was like, I can't be here to witness this.
But I left her alone though. I didn't even say anything.
Nah, you did leave her alone after that part.
There was another, because then you were
Because
like,
you spoke to her again on the boat. Because I remember one girl was like, yo, tell me to stop talking to that girl.
But
you talked to her one more time, and then you talked to the other friends on the boat.
Oh, really?
And then you talked to her again on the beach.
But I feel like on the beach, that's when it was kind of cool, right?
On the beach, she's like, yeah, like we're vibing, and she's like, yeah, come grab some tequila for both of us. I'm like, all right, say no more. And then I go back, like I did leave her alone though.
I felt like after that first one, it was like, yeah, this is a dub. Like she was not having it.
Yeah, like again, I take my L's in public too.
Yeah, it's funny.
That fake turned into a W as well.
How?
A fake turned into one, not for real.
But how was the even fake the part, the W?
Because we're cool after. She's asking me to get drinks for her.
So
exactly.
Or for both of us.
So let's get to this boat day. If you guys have seen my stories,
my goodness,
man.
My mom watched your stories, called me today concerned.
All right, well,
is that content? You guys really get stuck in the middle of the ocean.
Start from the beginning. Initially, so one of our homegirls had planned a boat day for us, and we were kind of like heating up. We didn't know how serious she was about it. This, but she texted me like 2 a.m. on Monday, like, "Yo, we're going on the boat 9 a.m. Tell everyone to be ready." So I'm like, "All right, man, we'll see." She was serious, so I woke all men up like, "Listen, we're going on this boat. It's kind of like our last day, like our last full day with Motive. It's like we should just go. It's gonna be lit. And you guys are also like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, no. I'm like, everybody get up. Like, we're going. Yeah. Like, this is it. We're going.
Yeah.
Because there was another kind of beach thing we're debating about going to, whether we
but
get
this
these
one was gonna be.
There wasn't a debate. We said we were going.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I mean, I had access anyways. Like I said, we had wristbands.
But you sent that message at 2 a.m. when I was already asleep. I woke up. It was like, oh, I guess we're going.
At one point, I thought we were gonna do both.
Yeah, me too. I thought we were.
Me too. I thought that was the play because the boat was supposed to come back at like 1:30,
but I didn't realize
2
how
o'clock.
turned up that beach was gonna get.
Because that wasn't the plan, is what I was saying. So we get to the boat. It's always like, yeah, we're going on the boat, whatever. We end up going. I'm wearing tech fleece shorts, Jordan 3s. Clyde's wearing shoes. I think Mucho's wearing shoes as well.
I had trunks, but I had shoes on.
Yeah, trunks and shoes. And we get there, and then all the girls are like, why are you guys dressed like that? We're like, what are you talking about? We're going on the boat. They're like, yeah, but like, it's a Jamaican boat. We're going in the water, and like we're going to a place. I'm like,
we're going on a key or to a key.
You guys never said that. You guys said we're going on a boat. That was full stop.
But if someone tells you, if you are on an island surrounded by water, and someone says, "Oh, tomorrow's boat day," why would you not naturally wear a bathing suit, even if you were to stay on the boat?
Know why? Because he's too much of a Toronto nigga.
Because I was planning on just staying on the boat.
No, why? You assume the Toronto boat party.
Yeah,
I assume. Even Toronto boat parties, we shouldn't be doing that.
I assume.
But I mean, lake water is gross. I'm not swimming in Lake Ontario.
When someone says we're going on a boat,
but you're still on a boat. Like anything can happen. We actually.
That is true. No. You're right. I don't.
Boats.
Even when I'm on a boat in Toronto, I'll still wear I might wear like shorts and like a t-shirt on top. But I'll still have a bathing suit on.
Slippers, stuff like
that.
But
like on an island, I'm like full bathing suit, like just like bottom top and like a cover up.
Because you had the same information as us.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know. I just assumed like, okay, it's an island. We probably might jump in, maybe get like a few moments. And I didn't know we were actually going to a party on a beach. I had no idea about that part. I just assumed I might jump in the water at some point.
Yeah,
you know.
We all thought the party was the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we end up. The boat pulls up. I'm like, yo, this is our boat. This is a small boat, bro. It was 10 of us. I was like, yo, this is not a 10-person boat. It was a very small boat.
I mean, it was a 10-person boat, but we were at the max.
It looked deceiving though, like when we looked at it, because we didn't see the bottom.
The bottom.
Yeah.
Like, yo, how are 10 people gonna fit on this?
Yeah.
So we go over to this quay, and
start from the beginning. Even before that, the boatman and his skipper, they were professional in the beginning. Like, I was so, okay, these are guys who know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is their boat. We have a captain. We have a skipper. They're taking all our bags. They're talking about, the boat. This is this and that, instructing us.
Sorry, what's the skipper supposed to do? Sorry to cut you.
They're like kind of like the assistant to like the captain. You know what I mean? So like
yeah.
So
I have a revelation to say later then.
Yeah. So the skipper helps with like, docking, and they help with like, getting off the dock. Like, that's kind of what the skipper is.
Okay.
And then captain obviously drives the boat, whatever. So I'm thinking, okay, these are really like smart, well established captain and skipper. You know what I mean? There's what happened?
I don't know.
What?
You saying check the camera. But anyways, continue.
That scared me. I thought you said you saw an animal or something like that. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you know, the boat. Should I wait before? Oh, and this one fell.
It's dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
shit.
dead now. Yeah,
We're good?
continue.
Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, you know, they know what they're doing. Captain, da da da, re-tay-tay. Cool. Like I said, we go on the boat. Everything's fine. Everything's safe. We get off the dock. We're driving. Everyone's drinking. Da da da. We're going to the quay. Okay, cool. And then I didn't realize how long it took us to dock on the quay.
There we go.
I didn't realize it at all.
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, it's taking a while, but like, you know, we just got here. No one's really here while we're rushing anyways. I did not realize it took us that long to dock because they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. I had no clue that was the reason.
I
But
assume
anyways.
that those were their instructions. Just move around for a little bit until
Yeah.
the party actually starts. But in hindsight, it wasn't.
It
They
was
actually
not.
did not know what to
They
do.
had no idea how to dock.
Yeah.
So anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so we get there. We're kind of like the first people there.
We're the only ones there.
Yeah, we're kind of like the first people there. So we're there chilling. You know, everyone on the boat's like, all right, you know, we'll stay here for like an hour. 1:30, we'll go. And then just like more boats just started pulling up.
Yeah.
And more boats just started pulling up. And at first, everyone just stayed on the boats. People weren't
Yeah.
on the quay really like that. And the DJs were like playing EDM music. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't really...
They had like a Red Bull tent up on the quay. Yeah.
It wasn't really the vibe. So then Clyde and Zoe and I think Mucho go in
And
the water.
Ty,
They
I
go
think.
on the quay, yeah. At first. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? All right. I'm not about to be the only one that stays on this boat because of my shorts. I jump in the water in my Tech Fleece shorts or whatever. We start drinking. It starts getting more lit. And then at a certain point, we were all on the boat. You kind of just look up and like the whole quay's filled with people.
That's
Yeah.
literally how it felt. I checked my
literally how
phone,
it
I
felt.
looked up, and there's
It felt like
boats
I
all around
blinked
the
and all of
wall.
a sudden the whole quay was just rammed with people.
Yeah. So then we went over there. And then that's when like the real DJs started.
Yeah, and I knew that was happening because there was a boat beside us that was another band, and they had DJ equipment like wrapped up in like waterproof like bags, and they were. I'm like, yo, he has
Yeah,
a
man,
whole
bring it over.
turntable. So I'm like, yo, it's about to turn up. Like this is serious. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So then we go. And I think that was the moment. The last time that I got off the boat, I jumped in the water. And the way that the current pushed me, it kind of pushed me under the boat. And the propeller cut my foot. Like I hit my shin on the propeller. And it cut my leg. And my leg was bleeding for the rest of the day. I don't know if anyone can see it. But my leg is like swollen. And there's like a cut down my leg. I think I have to get a tetanus shot when I go home. Like it was a
Don't you have,
whole
like a
thing.
time frame to do that.
I don't think it works like that.
I thought it does before it sets
might.
in.
We'll ask Miss Nurse.
Yeah, well, that's the nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked my girl asked her friend who was a nurse, and they just said he should be okay, but you could get one in case. And we go home tomorrow, so it's like I could go tomorrow. Oh, well, actually no. Well, it's
We'll
gonna
be
be at
late.
night. I could go the next day,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you guys could take it from there because Mucho disappeared again. I don't know where he went. You had your own adventures. So.
I mean, I was just chilling. I was in the water. I went on the.
I think
quay.
it was my favorite event. I had a great time.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
was mingling. I was dancing.
Yeah.
I was talking to different people.
Zoe's mingling.
Met a lot of different people who do a lot of different things in the city.
I
whether
met
it's
That's
like-
what I'm like. Zoe, it doesn't need to be a strictly black guy. It's okay if it's something else. It'll still be fine. You know what I mean?
I may
saw
even
you.
Yeah.
and
I saw you.
I may even have evidence of that. Eh? So chill out.
Tell me what?
It's all good, you know?
It's fine.
Oh, talking to the guy from Saint Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was some photographer, videographer guy, but that wasn't like that.
Alright.
He was a videographer guy from Saint Martin, but he was
no
white.
more. Say no more.
That's crazy.
I
I've been trying to put that on my. jacket.
I also ran into like some people that were also like listeners and like fuck with the pod too, which was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Met some people from California that
Yeah.
were Team Drake, which was interesting.
Oh hell yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't hear no K dot this week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're also in I didn't hear any. Actually, no, I heard Nokia.
Yeah, I heard Drake.
I heard Nokia.
I heard Nokia
I think
like
one
5 times.
Yeah,
It wasn't bare. Well, Nokia was the only Drake song that I heard. the
Yeah,
whole
I
time.
agree. They played Nokia. I think I heard it like once or
Oh,
twice.
true. Maybe it was just no kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was strictly Nokia. There wasn't a lot of hip hop being played at all, except for, and I don't know why Jamaican DJs love the like early 2010s hip hop. All I do is win.
Why?
They
Fetty
love
Wap
it.
set.
Why do they love that
They
so much?
love
Don't
it.
know. They will never let it go.
It
It has a
needs
lot
to
of steam
quit.
out here, I
They will
guess.
But
never
I'm
let it
super
go.
running Rome, so I threw my hands up though.
What he said?
Oh,
Will
dear
your hands
God.
go up?
Yeah, I actually threw my
They
hands
stayed
up.
there, didn't they?
They stayed there.
But nah, that thing was cool. And, you know, the party was fun. But
was
the
lit.
real story happened when it was time to leave. So
Oh my
before we left,
We're trying to find Mucho.
maybe we were trying to find Mucho, but even before that, maybe an hour before, I kind of looked at the boat and I saw the boatman, like both of them, like, you know, socializing, drinking. Mucho's taking a shot with them. People are drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I told a couple people, I was like, yo, the boat guys are drunk. Like, I can see it. Because when, and
You
you,
only
can tell
noticed this
that.
an hour before we were gonna leave. They were turned the whole time.
Yeah,
with
no,
us.
I
But
knew-
I'm saying like one of them, the skipper could barely walk.
The beginning, we were good.
I knew
Like
they were
when we got there and it
drinking.
was just us, and then when it turned
No,
up,
but
they
they were-
got turned up too.
No, they were drinking. I saw them drinking. But there was a certain point when I noticed, I'm like, they're drunk. They're not
Yeah.
just drinking anymore. They're drunk.
Skipper
And
was
even when
lit.
you would go over to talk to them, just the way that they were talking to you changed. Like, it changed from we're providing you guys a service
And being
to now,
professional.
like,
Now we're homies.
we're
What?
one of your friends and we're like draping you up talking to you. You know? Just certain. So I'm not gonna say what they were saying,
What were they saying?
but they were wild.
Nah, they were okay because
They were
like
saying some stuff.
okay,
Is it gonna ruin their business?
nah,
Yeah, chill.
nah, it's not gonna ruin their business. I don't think so. We're in Jamaica, right? But it's
What does that mean? If it's gonna ruin their business, don't say it.
nah, all right, fine.
They were bugging out. Whoa, yeah, okay. Yeah, someone did say something that would ruin their business. I won't say
I
that.
thought that's weird.
Okay.
But then
what
there
else
was
were they
also
saying?
like, yo, you guys, stop coming over here. Go over there and talk to some girls. I don't want to see you
that's
guys
fine.
back on.
Oh, that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
and
that's
I was
fine.
like,
that's
okay.
just Jamaican culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then someone else did say something where I'm like, all right, you guys are bugging out.
Oh, okay.
But
True.
I think that's what I'm thinking of. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't say that. Baby.
fair enough. Yeah, they
So-
just wanted us to dance with every girl in view.
every
that's
girl in
legitimate, yeah.
sight. So we're about to leave, whatever.
But even before we actually leave, I was the last person on the boat because I was on the other side of the quay talking to some guys that I had met before and this other girl that I had met. So we were all just talking, and then like you and Clyde, just
corralling
Clyde.
Zoe and I'm corralling Zoe.
You know when
in
you
the
like
show.
look over your shoulder and you're like you see people you know you start talking, they're still there and you're like what? Like, that's what it was. And I look at them, I'm like what? They're like oh we're leaving. I was like oh shit. So I'm like the last person on the boat. Like even Mucho's on the boat. Like let's go. They use that as a reason why.
We even got Mucho. Like,
They're
yo,
like,
you're
bro,
the last
we
one.
even got Mucho. Like, you need to move. I'm like, all right, cool. And then just we're walking to the boat now. She goes, oh, by the way, the captain's drunk. And I was like, excuse me? She was like, yeah. He's like, the boatmen are drunk, so let's see what happens. And then it was literally hell from there.
So I have a revelation now. So I just put two and two together when we got back to the dock, or the port, sorry. But the skipper was on the wrong side of the boat. I think he should have been like next to the ladder or whatever, right? Isn't like that's
Yeah.
where he should have been. But I was the second last person that hopped on, so I was sitting on there, right?
Oh, okay.
And he was at the front of the boat, still talking to girls.
Oh, my
right?
God.
And so I heard people yell at me things, but it's like I'm like it's not my problem. Like,
Oh, because they're yelling at
Yeah,
you to
they
like,
tell me
oh,
to-
like with the
so
line
I
and
think they
pull.
thought I was the skipper.
Yeah. No, dead ass. Because if you're a skipper, you
Yeah.
should be, like I said, it's your job to help Doc, the captain, right?
They're telling me to put up the ladder, do all this next stuff. I'm like, I'll put up the ladder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then next thing I know, they drive into the boat, drive into the rope.
The
Oh.
no, first
wasn't-
when we left, initially how we got stuck is the direction that they went. Say we were supposed to go like northeast
Yeah.
to get out from the quay.
Yeah.
They went northwest,
Yeah, yeah.
but they went northwest into a reef.
Yeah.
And the propellers got caught in the reef.
And no, the anchor was stuck in the reef too, and
Yeah.
the skipper's up there by himself, getting like I see
Half
him
drunk,
falling into
pulling.
it. All the other boaters are starting to come over to our section now, and they're pissed at these
Pissed.
at our captains. Right? They're cussing and yelling at like, "This isn't what you're supposed to do." Like they're
Yeah.
wilding, and then they're yelling at me like, "Look, he's trying to get the anchor. Like help him." So
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, Clyde, go help him."
I get up. I just need to demonstrate this. I get up there. I'm pulling like a tug of war with this anchor, and there's a hole in the top of like the in the top of the boat, and while I'm pulling back my foot, like I fall through like a manhole.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
imagine
my
being
God.
in a game of tug of war and there's a hole in the ground that you fall into.
Oh my God.
I'm still limping because of it.
Oh, I
but
hear like
I made it work. I
So-
finally got it out, and there's a big piece of coral just attached to the anchor.
Bro,
And
So
then-
they were
when I
pulling
saw
up-
Clyde pulling the anchor, I said, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
They were pulling up the anchor, and then there was something with a rope behind us, and the other boat guy was trying
Oh
to
my
pull up the rope.
God.
So I was there trying to help them because you have to pull the rope over the boat,
Yeah.
and then pull it back over the boat.
I'm on the other side
So
pulling it with
I'm there struggling, like using my whole strength to pull the rope. I'm getting rope burn on my arms.
And
pulling
where's the
rope
skipper
over the-
eating fucking chicken in front of me?
laughing his head off.
Pissing me off.
Having a great
eating
time.
chicken, and me and Clyde are going to work trying to save us. And where's Mucho? Sitting chatting, smiling, laughing, sitting chatting while we're busting our asses. on
Zoe
this
was ready
boat.
to fight the skipper, yo.
Bro, because I'm looking around, I'm seeing people yell, I'm seeing people think another captain comes on our boat, like cussing out
He's
our
mad.
captain. Like, bro, you're not fucking paying attention. Like, I'm
Yeah,
telling you to
yeah.
look around. You know how long I've been flagging you, telling you about to go into a reef? You're not looking at me. So he tries to get us out the reef now. So I'm like, yo, the fact that other captains come out, this is not a good sign.
This
This is not a good sign. So I start getting pissed off, and the skipper is still in front of me, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
But the
Like,
man,
I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
The engine's
Is
making
this when he
scary
started
noises
playing
and stuff
music, or
too.
that
No,
was
this
later?
was
before he started
Later.
playing.
Okay.
he was like, we're doing the work, and this, I'm telling you, this is how you know these guys were drunk. Because I genuinely believe that if they were sober,
We would've
none
been-
of this wouldn't happen.
yeah.
Everyone's panicking. The skipper's looking at me like, yo, where's the chicken? I'm like, what do you mean, where's the chicken? Go save the boat. He puts his hand in our food, by the way. Like, this is our bought food.
Yeah.
And he's standing in front of Zoe just eating the chicken. While
Literally.
panic is
Laughing.
ensuing.
Just so has this on camera, and he's looking at me like, you good? I'm like, no, are you? I'm like, no, are you good? No, I'm not good. I'm not good. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What is going on? Why are you not doing your job? Why are you eating chicken in front of me? Don't try to talk to me right now. Go look about the fucking boat. We're gonna get stuck here.
So eventually, we get out from the reef. We set sail. Maybe about 5 minutes in, the engine cuts off. I'm like,
Yo.
oh my.
That's when it went
God.
quiet. Everyone looked at each other like, and,
And that's when I
that's
went,
what we call
yo,
really not fun. Like
that's
that.
when I went downstairs and I said, you know what? If I don't go downstairs, I'm gonna push people off this boat. So I said, let me go downstairs because my anxiety was through the roof. And I was like, bro, when my anxiety goes through the roof, I just start panicking and I have no, like, I'm like, no. Like, I'm not doing this today.
And you don't like when other people are chill about it.
No, because like, yo, why are you guys okay with this?
Yeah,
Because you guys are taking this for Poppy show.
Yeah, Zoe
Like, we're all
got
about to die.
Zoe got very frantic, and actually, I think before, because I actually think you went downstairs before the engine cut off, because I remember when the engine cut off, one of your friends, she was gonna go downstairs, and I told her, I was like, yo, don't tell Zoe what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah,
leave her.
Yeah.
And then you came up. And you're like, what's going on? And one of your friends was like, the engine cut off. I was like, what? And you could see her. She took it in right in that moment. She was like, the engine cut off. Oh. I was like, oh my God. And that's when Zoe started tweaking. The engine cut
Zoe
off.
was tweaking,
Nah,
bro.
don't get me wrong. There's sometimes I can really like I can keep my composure, but I don't like middle of the ocean shit. I don't play that, yo. We had no service. These kids are drunk. Supposed to be our captain. Like, what do you like? What?
Yeah, it was
Is
crazy.
that when they started playing music?
That is when. So now
He's trying to distract people.
One of the boatmen was trying to fix it. The other man's like,
One of
yo,
the- yeah,
we
the-
need music.
The
Like,
captain was at one point he was getting nervous.
he's sober
Like
though.
you can tell he's sober. Like he looked sick. Like he thought he was like, yo,
I felt bad for him.
I didn't
Yeah.
even feel bad because you were drunk before. You should have paid attention the entire time.
In the moment, I
Yeah.
felt bad for him.
You thought at one point he was even cut up because at one point I
He
had
was bleeding everywhere.
I had
Yeah,
blood
he-
all down my arm, and I'm like, yo, what
whose
the?
blood
I
is
thought
that?
something happened to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, no, it's the captain. He was getting cut up.
Because he had to jump off the boat to do something. He had to swim somewhere to do something, and he came up and like the barnacles like
Yeah, cut
scraped
him up,
him.
yeah.
So that's why he was bleeding.
Oh my god.
So he's trying to fix the boat. The other man's like, yo, we need music right now. Play some
Skipper,
chopper
the
music.
Damn skipper.
Play some chopper music. And I'm like, yo, go fix a boat. You're worried about music? Go
and then
fix the boat.
Tyler's in the under part. Yeah,
Dancing,
play the music.
laughing.
And
I know what was going on.
Yes.
Like,
He was
did, but
just
he was-
drunk out of his
he was
mind,
optimistic,
trying
right?
to antagonize.
That's
No, he
funny.
was trying to antagonize the situation.
You know, because
Oh my
if things
God.
are getting if things are getting fixed, you might as well be calm under pressure.
Were they getting fixed though?
They
They
were.
were.
no.
Like,
Like, at
they had
that point-
every other boat trying to help us and
Yeah,
stuff
like-
too. Like I knew like that's why I was lit, so I kind of had a good sense of humor about
Yeah,
it.
you kind of got to make sure they're calm. At least the one guy. The other guy had to work harder.
He put the music back on, and I tried to film a video of myself talking. And the skipper comes up behind me, starts rapping the song into,
He
into
was
my
lit.
phone. He was
So they get the boat back on. We're driving, but now I notice the boat is like dragging. And you can hear that the engine sounds different, and we're going noticeably slower
You
than
were
we
going
were
very
before.
slow, yeah.
Like we were going like 5 miles an hour. Say at regular we were going maybe 25. We were going about 5 miles an hour. All of the boats are passing us. They're zooming past us, and it's like you're seeing people on the other boats having a good time, bumping music, dancing, zooming past us, and we're quiet, going 5 miles an hour.
Bro, I was under there. I said, if I don't sleep, I'm gonna have a panic attack. So I'm like, let me just put my
I have a video of this.
my bandana over my head and just go to sleep. And wake up and pray to God I'm not underwater or I'm at the dock.
So we finally see the dock, right? We're like, oh my gosh. All right.
God.
Final stretch. We see the dock. I hear the captain and the skipper talking. And the skipper said, do you know how to parallel park this boat? Because I don't know how to. I'm like, what is going on? So this is when we get to the dock and we end up going farther than we should. And this is when we started like bumping into the other boats.
And that's what woke me up.
Hard.
At first, once again, and I have this documented, we're pulling up. I'm like, yo, this rope is kind of close to the boat. I said it. I'm like, this rope is kind of close to the boat. No one did anything. Rope gets caught in the propeller again. And that's why we were stuck at the dock, because the rope got caught in the propeller.
Bro, I was having my anxiety nap downstairs and I had it over my head. All I felt was doosh, and I was like, oh my God, we're dead. Oh my God. I woke up and there was a huge crack in like, you know, like the panel. You could like see, there was a huge crack. And I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I look out the window, I just see a line of all these fishermen boats that were just ramming. And I'm like, bro, God, do they not feel us getting like rammed?
And we're getting hit hard. Like,
Hard!
holding on to the thing.
Like,
and
guys,
shaking
I was
it.
down there like we were moving, and I'm looking out and I can see like the boats are. I'm like, bro, if this panel breaks, this whole thing's gonna flood with water, and now we're actually toast.
'Cause there were a
I
couple
felt, you know
people
when
on the
something
boat that
cracks
can't
so
swim.
hard it cracks all the way through.
Yeah.
Because I felt the panel and it was wet, like the water was coming through the crack, and I said, all right, go on again, hit it again, and this whole place is under.
The whole dock.
Mash it up again.
The whole dock was dedicated to trying to help us too. Like they
Had
had
little
these
kids.
teenagers swimming underneath the boat trying to fix
Teenagers,
it.
they were preteen
They were
kids.
kids.
They
They
were
were
like 13
13-year-olds.
like,
They were
It
getting
was
put to
crazy,
work.
bro. And then it got to a point where like we're slowly going and they're pushing it back, and there's people on the other boats trying to push the boat so it doesn't hit
Yeah.
the boats. And I'm telling Bucho, I'm like, yo, Bucho, you do all those muscle ups for no reason. Push the boat. When you see we're close,
we were all like, Bucho, push it!
I have a
Bucho,
feel
push
this. Yo, just sort of tweak.
push the boat!
because I'm like, nah, Bucho's been doing nothing this whole trip.
He got his arm ready. He's changed. Laughing his
Shut
butt off.
Shutting up all my friends. She was like, you don't see us pushing the boat. Bucho, get up and push the boat.
You have all these muscles. Put them to work.
But
Push the boat.
I pushed it at the right moment though. Little buzzer beater.
And then
but-
I sort of, they said that the propeller was caught in the rope,
Yeah.
and then I seen the captain come out with like what looks like a butter knife, and then
Yeah,
dives into
they
the
were
water,
like- they were
and I'm
"You
like,
have a knife?"
oh my
and he has a
god.
butter knife and goes in. And as she goes, I was like, yo, listen. He went up to the other side of the boat. Like, yo,
Yeah.
someone give me a proper knife, like a real knife.
Yeah.
And then came back down with a knife to cut the, yo.
And I don't think people understand like how hard what they're trying to do is. This is salt water. You have to dive
Yes.
in the water
Open your
under
eyes.
the boat, open your eyes, and try to cut a rope that is wrapped around a propeller. So you have to stay under the water, hold your breath, cut it, come back up for air, go back down,
So I
cut
felt
it.
bad for bro.
Like him and the kids were under there, and the skipper was literally sitting at the front of the boat with his hands around like the barrier. Just
I think he
doing
threw up.
nothing.
I think he threw up.
Like he was.
I swear to God,
out.
he was there yakking. Like
he couldn't walk.
Yeah.
After those drinks, he couldn't walk.
He was
a
out
clown,
of-
man.
he was no help at the docking part. Yeah.
He was a clown, yo.
But eventually we got off.
Yeah.
And then the captain, after he's like, okay, you guys good? Yeah. I'm like, are you good? He's like, yo, honestly, like, he's like, yo, first and last time, cause for people who don't know, the actual situation was the actual captain of the boat couldn't make it because they were so booked up. So he sent them to do it instead.
Yeah, I heard.
And he was like, yo, this is the first and last time. If the captain can't make it, I'm not doing it.
They try to prove. Yeah,
First and last time.
I could be a captain. Nah.
Nah.
Would you guys have went on that boat if they said this is my first time?
Yeah, I don't care.
Me
I don't
sure
know.
walking
I would
away
assume-
limping.
I assume you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
If this is your first time. Yeah, me and Claire are literally limping to the car. My leg is bloody. At this point, we just want to leave.
Yeah.
And that brings us to today.
Other
Now we're
than
here.
the boat fiasco, that was like my favorite event. That was a great day.
Oh yeah, it was a great day.
It was a
Yeah,
great
great time. And to me, it just adds to the plot.
It was wild.
We
man.
got-
And like
story of it.
the documentation on that was vivid. So like you'll see exactly what we're talking
A
about.
lot
So-
of booty shaking, trip, a lot of drinks. You know, Jamaica's a great vibe. I love it here. Not that my family's from here, but you know,
Yeah.
But low key, I am ready to go home now. It's been long.
I think I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
We didn't go to like a real Jamaican restaurant though. Sit down, have some good food.
I was telling them that
can do that
yesterday
tonight.
because it's like we've been eating, but we haven't really been eating good because we've just been eating on the go. Like I want to actually eat a good.
Well, my aunt's
meal.
making good breakfast though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's been.
But I mean,
making
like a
great
dinner.
breakfast,
Like I want to eat a good meal.
Yeah.
Shout out to your aunt who.
Yeah,
great-
and you
great-
guys will
great
see when we
peoples.
do the Jamaica vlog, you'll see like my family home, like the
Yeah.
Airbnb.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really good. And it comes with breakfast. So,
Pool party today.
I mean, with who? Who else is
We
here?
can figure
We
it
can
out.
figure it out.
Of course, y'all can figure. I mean, sure. Well, there's not much else to do.
Hey, say no more.
Mucho, I know Mucho's weird. I know he's like, she said yes. She was pissed this morning, but I think she's okay now. She just said yes.
Loki, I woke up today. I thought Zoe hated me.
I was so annoyed.
Zoe was,
I was like,
livid
yo.
this morning.
I was like, traveling with men is catching up to me. I was like, I'm so irritated. Just seeing them eat, I was like, bro, you're
We
eating.
spent too much time with each other, and it's funny because the men have said, "Yo, traveling with women is catching up to me." It's on both sides. It's on both sides.
Absolutely. Everyone's ready. Is sick of each
Everyone's
other.
just ready to go.
Yo, because last night pissed me off. I'm here waiting to eat, and Mucho said we're eating. I was like, yo, I'll fuck you guys up right now.
Yeah.
But now, granted, I think the communication on both sides just wasn't.
Yeah.
Last night
Because-
pissed me off.
Because
I was
we
already
stopped.
so hungry.
We
I just went
stopped
straight to
to
bed.
get food, but
In a completely
we
different
didn't
Uber,
know
different time.
that
we
you
left
guys
later.
were waiting for us to get food. We just assumed that like you're tired, you're just leaving, you're just going
Hold
to bed,
on.
and that's it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
communication was just off, but it's all right. And
Yeah.
I know you guys. There's been a lot of topics we missed, but it doesn't matter. This is all you're getting.
I
Okay.
mean, shout out Canadian election. Liberals won.
There we go.
Basketball's booming right now.
Mhm.
Anthony Edwards is about to put the Lakers in a pack.
I know you're happy for that.
I'm so happy for that. I don't know what else has been happening. I've been so
Nothing.
plugged out.
I've been super.
Been in Jamaica.
This is how you know I've been plugged out. I haven't posted on social media in 6 days. This might be the
You mean your
longest-
actual feed?
like my feed.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
posted on my
facts.
feed in 6 days.
Well, I just posted my carnival costume.
But yeah, man.
Banger.
Yeah.
you
We'll
know?
talk about all of that stuff next week.
Yeah, but honestly, this was just to be a Jamaica recap.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, regardless, shout out to Yard Mask. A really good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Great costume. My costume was beautiful. Probably, like I said, most beautiful backpack that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Experience was still good. Like I said, there's some carnival mishaps, but you live and learn. You keep going.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless, I had a great time. I think we had some really great events.
Yes.
I did my first Juve. Met some great people. I think it's exciting, man.
I ain't traveled in 10 years. This is what I needed. This is
Yeah.
great.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
man.
Clyde was a good road dog.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
You
We
know.
made it work.
You know, and shout out to Zoe for having us at her family's crib. You know, plug in a lot of stuff. As
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's always
Oh,
family takes
big
care
up.
of it.
so many of my friends are cheesed. It's okay though. Next year,
Yeah,
But see, this is what I don't like about
so many of their
people.
friends are like, bro.
This is what I don't like about people, bro. When y'all are doing stuff, I don't get no invite. But when we're doing stuff and it's not that lit, you don't say anything. But now that we're doing stuff and you see it's lit, now it's, yo, I wish I could have came. Why didn't you invite me? That's not my fault. If you kept consistent and you were down from the jump, then you would have been here.
Yeah.
But you can't pick and choose that now that you see it's lit, now you want to go. But when we talked about it 6 months ago, you weren't about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not our fault.
I think we did a really good job of posting like the lit moment. People are like, bro, I'm sick. Like we were posting like our stories were hilarious.
Yeah.
We gotta make highlight
We need to.
of the trip people can actually watch from the beginning, like, and also the vlog that we dropped. You
Vlog
can see
coming
like
soon.
all the moments that we did. We had some turned up moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some
We
real
had some
turned up
fun.
moments.
You'll see.
Like,
I don't even think you really know. Like,
yeah, don't be posting. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but certain things just just leave it out. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
you
about.
guys won't-
You're kicking too hard. I don't know what kind of footage you
You
have.
guys
but don't
obviously
include
can't
it.
see everything, but
No, don't include it. Whatever you're kicking about.
I think you're overreading whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
saying.
maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did I even do anything that crazy? I
Not
don't think so.
really. No,
No.
I'm not. I don't.
The craziest day I had
Yeah,
was
yeah.
what?
The first day.
What day was that?
Oh, I did, like the tailgate.
Oh, that day, yeah.
I have lit
and
footage of that. That's
You have-
that's
you
some
do?
of the littest footage. Yeah,
Oh.
lit, like cool stuff.
tailgate, and then illuminate.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was shaking ass at that party.
Yeah.
I was moving different.
Miss,
That was
Miss Hungry.
how does that make me hungry? That's a part of the culture.
does anyone want the rest of this red stripe? I can't.
Wow, you've
I
been
can't
babysitting
drink
them
it.
for the past 2 hours?
I can't drink it.
That's crazy. That's all right.
But we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. It's hot.
Mhm.
It's not even hot anymore. It's like overcast.
We
now.
need some water, and we're gonna go on with the rest of our day. See you guys next week.
Thanks for wrapping this up, just
All right.
He wants to get the
Episode
fuck out.
16.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shout out Inglewood.
Jamaica edition.
Let's go.
You guys got your Jamaica episode.